There we go. There's that. And open up Fata Morgana. Put that down. Hopefully it will be happier times than our last stream, which was a little rough, as I've described. So, let me get this. That's not gonna work. That's fine. Remove that. Boop. Why is it like this? Why must I suffer? Okay, I guess it has to be window capture. Forget every time. There we go. Sheesh. Alright. Let me once again do this. So this is the list of content warnings for this game. If it seems like a lot, that's because it is. It is a lot. A lot of stuff. But we are through most of the gore, and we just recently got through some sexual assault. A flashback to it, which was very unfortunate. But as I said then, it is unfortunately a necessary tale to tell, because it is relatable to some, and I hope it is. I hope the telling here is not too much to take. I was going to. I don't know. That's what I was going to do. But where we left off, the end of me. And that, I was sure, was the end of me. Yep, look, she said it. She even said the chapter title. Or the section title. I don't know how the chapters are, or what these sections are divided into exactly. But yes, if the content warning is a bit too much, that is completely alright. Because it is a lot. So feel free to hop out if you need to. That sure was the end of me. I am, even now, putting her through a harrowing experience. Digging up the memories she locked away, the past she wanted to pretend never happened. And laying it all out before her once more. But I must get her back to who she once was, even if it means forcing her to endure this. She must remember everything, because I need to know. Why did she become the maid? And what secrets does this house hold? You're Michael. Yes, my name is Michael. I am not the white-haired girl. The person you were searching for was the man who once hurt you deeply. Me. Why? What was her why referring to? Why I hurt her? Or why I'm here? Or perhaps, why didn't I show up until now? And having an answer for her, I clench her cold hands in mine. I wonder, were her hands this cold that night too? There's still more we need to see, though. And it's still too soon for me to apologize. When she's gotten everything back, only then can I. Once she's reclaimed herself, that is when I must tell her. Now, let us return to our past. Our story has only just begun. No matter what we thought or what we desired, no matter what we lost or how much pain we suffered, we must not shut this door. Perfect darkness embraces us once more. I can see nothing, not even the woman beside me, but I shall not let go of her hand. I do not want her to slip away from me. I do not want to lose her. Back into it. Yay! I don't know how to... Hey, wait. Stay with me. Are you alright? Oh, thank goodness, you're awake. How's your head? Can you see me? What? You had me scared silly there. I thought I might have lost you for good. I'm really glad you're alive. Where am I? And who is this man? What was I doing? You feeling up for any food? Can whip up some porridge for you right quick. I was in the forest. It was raining. Before that, I was at the mansion. I feel sick, like there's still something in my stomach. No, thank you. I don't want anything. You really should have something. You need to keep up your energy. Unless you want to conk out again in an hour. See, this is what I keep telling you guys. You gotta eat. Gotta eat food. Gotta keep your energy up, alright? Sounds good to me. I'd rather never wake up at all. Not in the highest of spirits either, it seems. All the more reason to get something warm in you. Please, have something. I've got milk on the fire. Bet you can handle a cup of that. Start losing all hope once the cold gets that deep into you. Reaches down to your core. Take me at my word, please. Just one sip. You'll feel like a whole new gal. A heart-wrenchingly pleasant aroma wafted up with steam from within the wooden cup. Succumbing to the sweet smell, I lifted the cup to my lips for just one sip, and the warmth that spread through me brought tears to my eyes. Perhaps there really was kindness in the world. A ripple spread across the surface of the milk. I heard a gentle sigh come from the man beside me, after which he said with a smile, "You should take it easy for the day." I'd lost the willpower to think about anything. I didn't care what had happened to me or why I was here, who he was, or even where this was. I spent the whole day in bed, just watching the sun slowly slide across the wooden floor. I felt like I was somewhere far, far away. At times, I felt like a lost child, and at times like a sickly old woman on her deathbed. Watching the sun travel gave me a renewed awareness of the passage of time, and the fact that each moment that went by was another moment I was alive. I realized then that it had been a while since I'd gotten more than a brief glimpse at any sunlight. It almost surprised me how colorful the world seemed beneath the sun's light, something I didn't get much of in the dark mansion. This is true. It was very dark in that mansion. No light at all, except for candles. Pop, 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 pop. Only after losing something do you realize how much you need it. Hey, my throat can't be acting up this early. Just started, Fata Morgana. Hey, it's Fata Morgana. Warm milk, the light shining through the window, and a bed that smelled like springtime. With those three things, my heart slowly began to defrost, and I started to regain the willpower to stand on my own two feet. Bleh. Can't fucking spike. Thank you for everything. You sure you're in any shape to be on your feet? Yes, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. You looked pretty beat up to me. But you look a lot better now. And you're talking a lot more clearly than before. You've been very generous, despite having never met me before, and for that you have my deepest gratitude. Without your help, I would no longer be in this world. I don't deserve your thanks. You are alive now because God's guidance made it so. God. Came across you early this morning as I was heading into the forest to hunt. Imagine my surprise seeing a young lady like you on the ground in my path. What were you doing in the forest? You don't have to tell me if you'd rather not. Everyone's got their own share of personal problems. You're not going to demand I talk? I have no reason to force you to do anything. You looked like you'd been to hell and back. What? Could tell just looking at you. Now then, do you have somewhere you can go? Somewhere to go? Of course I don't. Can't go back to the capital or the mansion. If not, then why don't you stay here? Here? Sure, it's a small village. We're self-sufficient and we all help each other out. No tax-hungry lords know we built this place either, so we keep everything we make. Pretty remote as a result, and the harvest isn't fantastic, but I'm sure you'll find it comfortable here. Ah! What? What just happened? Why did everything disappear? What was that? Everything just closed, all at once. I'm not a fan. Ay, ay, ay. The rest of the villagers will be happy to have you. Glad, I suppose. What do you say? Sorry, Mom. What I'm about to do might make the rest of the family's lives more difficult, but I don't want to have to feel any more pain. If I really wouldn't be inconveniencing you, if it's really okay, then yes, I would like to stay here. That's great to hear. I was loath to send you back out there in your current condition. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? The name's Amity, just one lowly villager of many. I'm Giselle. Giselle, that's a beautiful name. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a vacant house. Clean it up and you could call it home. I couldn't possibly ask for that. I doubt others would like it if I just took a house for myself. That shouldn't be an issue. I'm the village's representative, more or less. A representative? Like the chief? Only in name, though. As I mentioned, we're not on any lord's maps, so I don't have much representing to do. The only reason I ended up in charge is because I'm a bit more educated than anyone else. It was a long time ago, but I understudied with a priest. Understudied. There you go. Because of that, I'm familiar with the Bible's teachings. So, rather than a chief, the people of the village look at me more like a priest. Wouldn't be much fun if the church found out about that. They're liable to think I'm acting unordained. Well, that's a mouthful of a word. And then, do you believe in God? That's quite the question. Of course God exists. He's always watching over us. That's why you survived, because he protected you. I understand that your faith can waver when you're going through times of tribulation, but those are the times when it's most important to keep sight of who you are. Right. Now you get some rest. Tomorrow I'll show you around the village. Thank you. I truly mean it. I really sincerely appreciate everything. Don't mention it, Giselle. This is your village now, too, so you don't need to act like a stranger anymore. Okay. So he's Amity. Seems like a nice man. He is not a cowboy. He is Amadi. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right. Can anyone let me know if I'm pronouncing that right? Because I have no idea. Please feel free to let me know if you know how to pronounce that. Seems like a nice man. Maybe here I can live in peace. It'll be alright, I'm sure. Yeah. I wasn't silly enough to believe my life would be perfect, but I had found a tiny fragment of my lost hope. Yeah, I have no clue either. Well, I had once been ready to give up on absolutely everything. I was starting to feel like I might be able to smile again, eventually. Like I might be able to get back on my own feet. And in order to do that, I had to cast aside my past once more. Forget everything that had happened at the Bollinger estate, and everything that had happened at that mansion. Forget about Michael. There was one niggling curiosity, though, that I couldn't shake. Something he had said before I left. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michael, who made a pact with the devil. Who is supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. What had he meant by that? Why would people think he was dead? Still a thundering out there. So I'm drinking some Gatorade, which is very nice. Not sponsored, by the way. Could you imagine if I was sponsored by Gatorade somehow? That'd be ridiculous. Why would people think he's dead? No, I don't care about Michael one bit. Forget it. Forget everything. It is orange. It is... What flavor is it? It's just saying it's 0 sugar, but I'm trying to see what... Does it say what flavor it is? Oh, it's just orange flavor. Oh, and we're back to Michael. Good to stretch. Everybody should stretch and move your body if you haven't in a while. The house was, as it had always been, wrapped in a thick silence. Would you like anything orange flavored? I'm of two minds. I don't really mind it, I guess. It's not bad. Giselle's shadow, which had been lurking in the halls for about a month, was nowhere to be found. She hadn't come back since running off that day. My secret was still safe. Her efforts had, in the end, all been for naught. Back to the way things were. Despite my mind telling me it was for the best, I felt a kind of guilt seething in the back of my chest. And any attempts to figure out why only made me feel worse. But the look on her face then... Please, hear me out. I didn't know anything about you. I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way. Was that really her just putting on an act because I revealed her scheming? She was screaming, though. She looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away. I'm not falling for anything. I just feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up. Be quiet. Silence, please. My head was pounding beyond belief. Couldn't stand anything. This world, the creature I was, the witches whispering. The archangel looking down upon me seemed to be cackling from somewhere far out of reach. So, for whatever it was worth, to escape from his gaze, I once again drew the drapes over the stained glass window. Pain. Oh, back to Giselle. Whoa, it's someone new. Village child. Hey, where are you from? You gonna be here long? Are you? We hardly ever get visitors here, so they're downright awestruck by you. You'll be getting a lot of attention for a little, but please don't let it get to you. No, that's fine. That's just fine. I'll do my best to get along with everyone. You got a spark in you that wasn't there yesterday. Anything in particular that cheered you up? In particular? Oh, once I decided I was going to stay here, I just sort of started feeling better about things. And I figured I couldn't stay gloomy forever. I see. Glad to hear it. And it's all thanks to you, Amity. Keep thanking me like that and my cheeks might get stuck red. In any event, I said I'd show you around yesterday, so how about we do that? Lead the way. That said, we're a modest little village of about 100. Everyone knows everyone. For that size, it looks pretty big to me. Amity taking the lead, we walked through the village, passing by crop fields and milk cows, presumably shared among the villagers. Houses were scattered across an area that seemed far too large for only 100 people. We'll see. This is the house in Fata Morgana, after all. So, we'll see. Did you like my funny title? We've unhoused the Fata Morgana. We have now unleashed it. It is now the village in Fata Morgana. Perhaps. I have no idea. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is Fata Morgana, so nothing seems to go right for long, but who knows? Maybe this village could be her big break. In the Buttledge, yep. Actually, getting a better look at them, the buildings were dilapidated, looking more like ruins than residences. Once upon a time, this was a city rather than a village. When your ancestors lived here? Oh no, we were drifters fortunate enough to come across some decent-looking land, so we stuck around. How do you know what it was like before then? There are a few stone tablets left behind, based on what we were able to extract from their texts. God, that was terrible. This area used to be a large city with a booming economy rivaling that of the capital. There weren't hundreds, but thousands of people bustling about. Merchants from afar came in droves. It's much like how the capital is now. Actually, this area was more open to foreigners. People of all different races speaking as many different languages. It was evidently quite the sight, and sound. I had no idea there was a city here. That's what happens when a place is wiped from history. I couldn't tell you how reliable the tablets are. But if you take them at their word, the city lost everything in just a single week. A what? People, crops, livestock, all dead. Maybe it was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague. I can't say for sure. This is what the tablet said, though. We have been cursed by the witch. Cursed by the witch? Look over there. You see that river? There used to be a magnificent bridge crossing it. There's hardly anything left of it. If you continue on the path beyond the fallen bridge, there's a forest. That's where I found you. The deeper parts of the forest are so dense you can't see anything but tree trunks and leaves. It's an eerie place, wrapped in a cloud of darkness. If you make it through there, there's a mansion, which is said to be cursed. You don't know anything about my mansion, right? You definitely haven't been staying there for, like, a couple months, right? The witch who supposedly destroyed this city lives in the house deep in the forest. She's been there for years and years and years, She casts her curse on anyone who goes near it. The city was so large that the mansion was actually in its borders. My guess is the bridge was built to mark the road leading to it. Now, as you can see, the bridge is gone and the houses still standing are practically in ruins. But the mansion alone looks just as it did back then. The witch living in the mansion goes by the name Morgana. I'm trying to see if there's anything interesting. Nothing extra. According to the records, somebody by that same name was executed in this area for witchcraft. And even in death, she continues to bear her grudge against mankind. Who knows how much of it is true, though. Also, this is completely unrelated. Apparently, the team that made this game and other related games to it is making a new game. Some kind of detective mystery. So I am very interested in that. I will definitely be checking that out when it comes out. But I think it's still in its early stages, so nothing there. But the team is called Novectical, I think. This is how it's spelled. I think that's how it's spelled. But yeah, which I found by accidentally stumbling across their Twitter and following them and realizing they had a game in the works apparently. So yeah, I also might want to get the there's like some sequel. I think there's like a prequel. There's some other related works to this game that I might want to check out as well. I haven't checked them out before, so I might want to do that. But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows how much of it is true, though? Truth or fiction, the story has taken root in this region. The city's history may be lost, but the legend of the witch continues to be told. People have a tendency to keep stories alive that scare them. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. No, I'm fine. You're best staying away from the mansion in the forest, at any rate. There's no saying what might happen if curiosity gets the better of you. Better safe than sorry, if you ask me. Aside from the mansion, this is as peaceful a village as you'll find. I don't know where you came from, but I'm glad you didn't end up wandering up there. I know all about the mansion, and who lives there. I was there, after all, with Michael, for a full month. A full month? Man, I can't believe it was the 12th century, that whole month. And not the 11th. I don't remember any cursed witch. Just a man with a bone-chilling glare. Maybe the rumors about a witch living there are spread by him. I can't speak today, as usual. Or perhaps even his family. Could see them doing that. But none of that matters to me anymore. Hair? You hair me? I'm never going anywhere near that house again. Bah. The witch's curse, Michael, they're nothing to me. Kek made a typo in the text. Get her ass. Get her ass. Look at that typo. How could you? Terrible. With nowhere else to go, I ended up in this small village. There was no denying there was very little to speak of here. But I found peace in that nothingness. Couldn't have been more blessed that such a kind man had found me and welcomed me into his village. The village ran entirely on its own crops and livestock. They had no currency, merely bartered among themselves. Coming from a merchant's family, everything felt so new. I never plowed a large plot of land, milked a cow, or used a loom before. First, I wasn't sure what to think, being such a departure from my lifestyle in the capital. But over time, I grew more comfortable with my new life, and the people of the village started thinking of me as one of them.
Well, come on, Giselle, come play with us. We're playing hide and seek today.
Can't, sorry, I'm spinning yarn.
You can do that later. Come on, play with us.
Stop that, don't pull on my skirt. Oh, alright, you win. When I'm done with this, I'll join you.
And no ditching, we'll be down at the square, alright?
Got it, see you there. The kids have taken quite a liking to you. Amity, you think so? They've been incredibly lively since you arrived. Children are more sensitive than adults. Sensitive? They're very perceptive of how others are feeling. If you begrudgingly play along, they'll pick up quickly on that. You like children, and that's a wonderful thing. There's not a good woman in the world who dislikes children. Why, thank you. I don't think it's so much as I like them, as I'm kind of a big kid myself. I genuinely enjoy hide and seek. But that's not going to earn me any points. I like kids too. Watching them gives me faith that this world has a bright future. A bright future. I never looked at them that way. They seem to like you quite a bit too, Amity. Thanks. Though I'd rather give my affection to my own kids. Oh, you have children? Oh, heavens, no. I thought that was obvious enough. I'm talking about the future. I see. But knowing you, Amity, I'm sure you'll find someone right for you and have kids of your own in no time. It's not that easy, sadly. Even in such a small village, there are no ladies who would take interest in me. You don't give yourself enough credit. I'm fully confident you'll find someone soon enough. Do you really think so? Absolutely. Then perhaps you could be that person. What? Pardon? I won't pressure you into it, of course. But I think it would be marvelous to have you in my life in a bigger way. But it's a little too soon for me to think about settling down like that. Why is my throat being like this? It is pretty sudden, I admit. Take all the time you need to consider it. Alright. I have to go play with the kids now. Have fun. I wonder if he really meant it. Amity is a nice fellow. And I'm sure living here would be wonderful. But I can't help feeling something isn't right here. Why am I thinking about him? Now, of all times. Oh, you got a crush, girl? You got a crush on Michael? That man has no redeemable qualities. Not one. As it turned out, Amity was serious about his proposition, and he brought it up every time we ran into each other. Kind of a creep. He's kind of being a creep. Unable to give him an answer, I found myself constantly apologizing to him. Soon, winter started giving way to spring. On a day when the air still had a brisk winter bite and budding seedlings battled to break through the earth, the seams holding the village together began to come loose. Huh? That day, the village men were gathered in the square talking. They all had stern looks on their faces. It was clear that something had happened. I obviously couldn't stick my head in, so I waited until they were done and caught Amity. Well, it was rather awkward. I was still more comfortable asking him for information than anyone else. Actually, with a dejected look on his face, he started explaining. A lord found out about this village. A what? And he said he's going to place this land under his rule, meaning he'll start collecting taxes. In addition, he's also demanding we pay 5 years' worth of back taxes for our unauthorized use of the land.
What? That's ridiculous.
Yes, it most certainly is. We obviously don't have the means to pay 5 years' taxes. There's no reason for him to take over this village at all. We're completely isolated from the surrounding area, after all. But if we resist, he could send soldiers. Doesn't matter how absurd his claim to the village is. We have no choice but to comply.
That's terrible. What are we going to do then?
We're going to do as the Lord demands. The 5 years' taxes will have to be paid in installments. Some of the men suggested we abandon this land and find somewhere else. But it would take time to cultivate the land and plant new crops. It's no trivial task. We'll just have to make do with these changes. We'll use more of the land to grow and try and be more efficient. Will you help in the fields?
Of course. This village is my home now, too.
Thank you, Giselle. It will be difficult, but if we all pitch in, I'm sure we can get through this.
I thought the same thing. If we all work together, we can make it through this rough patch.
God damn it, capitalism. I guess this is feudalism, isn't it? With lords and whatnot. Why did it pronounce... Lords? Why are you pronouncing it that way? Lords. Lord. Okay, sure. Isn't that like a singer's name? Lord. Am I just saying it weird? Oh well.
But the collection of taxes brought far more than just a burden for everyone to share. It brought emotional strain and conflict to the village too.
They brought capitalism to the village, and it fucked everything up. I mean, technically this was feudalism, but, you know. Your family has more hands to work the fields.
I have a sickly child. You expect him to work any harder than he is?
I know you're hiding grain in your cellar. You have more than us. Let us keep a little grain.
You have more.
No, you have more.
You both have more than us. When their comfortable lives fell under attack, the villagers' top priority became their own property. The cooperation was only temporary.
Oh, nice. Hope that went well, Jess. Welcome back to Communist Village becomes feudalist and everything falls apart. I guess this is like Socialist Village? I don't know exactly. Is it even like an ist? We're not even like... They're just bartering. They're not even like... It's not even like a... There wasn't even a... monetary system before this fucking lord got involved and asked for 5 years of back taxes, which is bullshit. But anyways, go look. Alright. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah.
And before long, everyone became a threat. The negative energy only built on itself, its growth accelerating like a boulder rolling down a hill. And it wasn't long before their sights fell on me, the outsider.
Uh-oh, sisters. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a lot of songs. Very nice. I will take a look at those later, probably. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Jess. Come on, get moving.
Ow! Stop that! Why are you doing this?
I'll stop once you've told us everything.
Told you every what?
One morning, a man dragged me from my house and took me to the square. There, the entire rest of the village was gathered, all eyes on me.
What? What's this about?
Oh, don't play stupid. We all know it was you.
What was me?
The thief.
Amity? From the crowd appeared someone I knew quite well. The ever-affable village representative. The man who had saved my life. But in his eyes now,
I thought you were better than that.
was contempt, anger, and scorn. So many different shades of negativity. I recognized what I saw in his glare immediately, as someone who had been subjected to those looks before. But why? For what reason was he looking at me like that? I couldn't make sense of what was happening, so I just stood there stupefied.
There's been a rise in reports of people having things stolen lately. This village is too small to attract bandits, though. Since the Lord now demands we pay him taxes, even the smallest item lost can have a dramatic impact on a family's living conditions. What you've done is no joke.
Wait just a second. I haven't stolen anything. Why do you think I...
You have been seen in the act.
What?
So long as there is testimony against you, your guilt is assured.
Who says they saw me? I swear I didn't do anything. They're obviously lying.
You're the one who's lying. You've been playing us for fools the whole time. Everything was fine until you showed up. We managed not to get found until you showed up.
No, that's not my fault.
Giselle, apologize to the village and return what you've taken.
Amity, don't you believe me?
There were multiple witnesses. Several different people saw you stealing. I've known these people long enough to be family, and I trust them like family too. They're not liars.
But, no, they're framing me. I didn't steal anything, I swear.
Framing you? Now you want to put this on us, woman? Unbelievable. Have you forgotten we welcomed you into our village?
Amity, please believe me. You of all people should believe me.
You've been avoiding me of late, haven't you? Because you had something to hide, correct?
No,
What other reason could you have to avoid me?
Why? How can he say these things? Why won't he believe me?
Now, return the things you've stolen.
I can't! I never stole anything! How am I supposed to return something I don't have?
I see, so you've already moved the stolen goods. She said she doesn't have them anymore, folks. How should we deal with this? Rough her up till she talks. Yeah, she's not getting off that easy.
Give us back our property. Why is this happening to me? The harsh new rulership has driven these people mad. I need to get away from this village, quick.
Restrain her!
No, get your hands off me.
If you've forgotten everything we've done for you, all that matters is that you don't have to suffer. Is that it?
I didn't do anything.
Take her to my house. We'll make her tell us everything.
No. Stop. You've all gone mad. Please come to your senses. With men on all four sides of me, I was dragged into Amity's house. He sat coolly in a chair. They shoved me to my knees before him.
I'll ask you this one more time, Giselle.
Here, I have to do this again. Right now it's this. Welcome back. The text box. Oh, that I didn't put high enough. How is that not what? Oh, it moved it immediately all the way to the bottom. Sorry, there we go. Torture! Yay! Content winning for torture. So... if you need to step out, please do so. It shouldn't be more than 5 minutes. But I will try to go through it as quickly as possible.
I'll ask you this one more time, Giselle. Where did you put the things you stole?
And I'll keep giving you the same answer. I didn't take anything from anyone.
Understandable, Cake. Hope you have a good time.
Please believe me.
Do you swear, with God as your witness?
I do, I swear, with all my heart.
You don't actually believe her, do you, Amity? She not only sold us out to a lord, she's now threatened to make all our lives downright impossible. Again, that's just a coincidence. Listen to me, Amity. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the woman hath committed 3 sins. She hath lied, she hath stolen, and she has betrayed her fellow man. Why are you doing this, Amity? You were such a good man. I am deeply disappointed in you, Giselle. As much as I don't want to do this, I have to get the truth from you. Amity. Of course. Why didn't I see it? I'm still just an outsider to them. Why would he believe a stranger's word over the word of the village, his family? The water. What? A man set a wooden well bucket on the floor in front of me. And it wasn't clean water from the well, though, but grimy, murky, wastewater. I reflexively turned my head from the stench, but a man behind me grabbed me by the hair. Before I had a chance to realize what happened, the world around me went brown. I struggled with all my might to break free, but my arms were tied behind my back, and I didn't have the strength to overpower the man holding my head down. Reflexively gasping for air, a stream of filthy water poured into my mouth. Pull her out. We get nothing if she dies. Put her back in. Keep at it until she decides she's ready to talk. No! How unsightly. And to think I ever considered marrying this woman. Stop! You can stop whenever you want, Giselle. You just have to tell us the truth. Please. Stop! I was given no time to rest. My head shoved into the bucket, then pulled out just long enough for me to steal a breath before going back in, over and over again. Not a person in that room objected to the abuse I was receiving. I had prayed for a good harvest with these people. They had taught me how to use a loom, something I had never touched before. We had laughed together, lived together. They were normal people. Perfectly ordinary, kind, helpful, friendly people. Not at all cruel or inhumane. But now they burned with a frenzy that overshadowed all my memories of them. And every gargle, gasp, and grunt they got from me fueled that fire. Dozens of eyes laced with madness stared down upon me, rejoicing at my suffering. My consciousness was slipping away from me. I thought I could hear laughing and chattering, but it all passed through my ears as mere noise, nothing I could make sense of. Stay with me. Oh, thank goodness, you're awake. Wait, what was I just doing? Right, I was in the forest, on the verge of death. Then Amity found me, and... We almost lost valuable manpower there. We were just discussing what to do about you, Giselle, and we decided to make you village property. No, he didn't save me. If you agree to work for us, we'll put this whole nasty mess behind us. You may be worthless in the fields and terrible with a loom, but there's plenty you can help with. What are you going to make me do? You like to get your hands dirty. Considering I found you half dead in the forest, doubt the rest of you is any cleaner. Amity? It seems we've come to an agreement. I'll keep watch over her starting today, to make sure she stays in line and doesn't steal anything else. Dirty stays in line. The way they're looking at me, They didn't have to spell it out.
No. Anything but that. Please have mercy.
If you're begging for mercy, that means you know you've done something wrong. Let's see. There is one way, Giselle.
What?
Give back what you stole, naturally. But if you're going to insist that's not possible, then bring us something of equal value.
I know, right, Kev?
What a... And if you can't do that, then your life belongs to the village.
The men were cackling. They knew I couldn't do it, and they were enjoying watching me squirm.
Take your pick, Giselle.
Something of equal value. If I can get that, then you'll set me free? In that moment, a little bit of darkness bubbled up in my heart. Something maleficent whispered in my ear.
If you are in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture.
Yeah. 'Cause he wanted to marry her, but she didn't want that, so... He might have been stealing the stuff for himself and maybe selling it on the side to keep him going, and then... some way he knew it would get found out eventually, so he pinned it all on Giselle. I don't think he was originally planning to, you know, turn her into village property. But I think he came to that conclusion rather quickly. Of course, he says he wants her to stay in his house to start with. Just a nasty man who doesn't know how to take no, or even take implied no. Just has to take everything through force, through torture and manipulation. Just the worst kind of person.
If you are in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, and then make your way to a larger town.
I think I know where you can get something worth more money. The mansion in the forest has some fairly valuable furniture in it. Oh God, when did I become? You can steal some of that to sell for good money. Such a despicable woman.
You mean the cursed mansion?
Expect us to go there? Are you out of your mind?
Anyone who goes near that house is killed by the witch's curse.
There is no witch living there. There is no curse.
Giselle, what do you know about that mansion?
I lived there for a while. Well, for a month.
You what?
Son of a noble lives there. He's human, and he's alone.
A noble? What's a noble boy doing this far from the city?
I presume he was banished there. I was sent to the mansion from the capital to act as his servant. There's plenty of value in that house. Shelves lined with books. There should be more than enough to pay the Lord's 5 years' worth of taxes.
Is what you're saying true?
I would not lie. As bewilderment spread through Ahmadi's house, I was unable to look at anything but the floor. Couldn't stop trembling. To protect myself, I'd sold out Michael.
You swear there's just a single man living in that house?
Yes, it's only him.
All right. If it turns out you're lying, you'll pay. Okay, everyone, you heard her. Tell all the young men to get ready. We're going up to the mansion in the forest. Just to be safe, make sure everyone brings something they can use as a weapon. And you, Giselle, you're coming with us. You'll be leading the way. Listen to me. Don't think about trying to run.
Right.
On the cusp of springtime, I found myself trekking through the dreary forest I had thought I would never set foot in again. How had I ended up here? How come I never managed to avoid getting myself in these situations? Who would have guessed that my reason for returning the mansion would be to loot it? I prayed to God to show even a little mercy and ensure Michael wasn't around, though I knew the chances of that happening were almost zero. Oh, I can take this down now. After several hours of walking, we broke through the thick woods and the mansion appeared before us. Like its surroundings, the house was bleak and uninviting. Even the midday sun seemed disinterested in shining its light upon it. Despite, on the surface, there not being anything much of anything impressive about it, the entire mob stood speechless before its overwhelming presence. But the men had weapons, and they were fueled by avarice, which gave them the courage to approach this place they wouldn't normally otherwise. Door won't open. I think it's barred from the inside. It seems someone who really does live in this cursed mansion. I am honestly surprised, and more so that it's not a witch, but just a noble. Door's old. We could break it down. Yeah, let's bust it down. Hold on, there's no need to be barbaric. Did you even consider knocking on the door like normal people? You sound like a band of thieves. Ha! That's something else coming from you. Who do you think proposed this plan, Giselle? You. Alright, men. You ready for lives of luxury? Break down that door. Stop it. It's the damn nobles who make our lives so hard. They deserve to be robbed. Break it. Break down the door. Please stop this. Break it down. Break it down. Break it down. Stop. All the repressed emotions detonated. They battered the door again and again and again, and in a few minutes' time, it was on the verge of collapse. They shouted and cheered and hooted like madmen as my peaceful life came crumbling down around me. Growing lightheaded from the anxiety, I squeezed my eyes shut, unable to bear it any longer, when the deep groan of a door opening echoed through the forest. It would seem you're not aware of whose house you're trying to break into. The world went silent, like time had come to a stop. No one could manage to say a word, only stare at the man who had appeared from within the mansion. Surely you know what this place is called. Beneath the dazzling midday sun, he had bone-chillingly alabaster skin and long, nearly translucently pale hair. So surely you came prepared for whatever you would find. And his eyes were like two blazing infernos staring out across the mob. A demon, someone muttered, probably unconsciously. He did, indeed, look like something not of this world. It's a demon! Rumors about this place were true! A cursed demon lives there. Demon? Him? Michael? No, he's not cursed. Indeed, I am cursed. The witch's curse is real. I have inherited it in its entirety, as well as her purpose. A witch, a demon, a spirit impure. Call me whatever you wish, for the truth shall not change. I carry within me an eternal curse. Behold my flesh, pale as the moon. No red blood flows beneath the skin as it does yours. Behold my hair, utterly devoid of color, offered up to the devil as part of our pact. Behold these crimson eyes, symbol of the lifeblood spilt at my hands. I shall bring calamity upon you as the witch of legend. Never-ending famine, plague, catastrophe, suffering for generations. Till the moment of your deaths, you shall regret ever coming near this place. No! Have mercy! We were just... It was that woman. She brought us here, tempted us with promises of wealth. Deceived us, told us to pillage this house. We're innocent. Amity... But please have mercy on us.
Give her to me, then, as an offering. Absolutely, she's yours! Torture her however you please. I have one more condition. You never come near this house again. If you so much as consider it, you will all die by my curse. I swear it, you won't return. Run! Get out of here! Without so much as a glance back, the villagers scrambled into the forest, and Amity, the man who had rescued me that night, went right along with them. Is there kindness in this world? I wasn't sure what to think anymore. Don't think I'm helping. His voice rained down on me, but I couldn't lift my head. There was such a gaping void in my chest. I had no idea what questions I should be asking anymore. What I should be angry about. What I should be sad about. Not even the first clue. Look at me. Look at me, Giselle. Tell me, is it true you returned to the mansion to plunder it? You brought those men here? To rob me of my valuables? Answer me, Giselle! Yes, it's true. I persuaded them to steal from you. You really so desperate for money that you resort to looting? Just how low will you go? Not only did you seduce my father, not only did you go digging around for information about me, you brought a mob to this house? They were armed too. Were you trying to get me killed? Answer me, Giselle! Not even going to defend yourself? Your scheme failed, so you're retreating into silence? For God's sake, you sicken me. I'm done with you. I'm done! Leave this place. Never show your face here again. As he shouted at me, I stared into his fiery red eyes. A somewhat inappropriate thought crossed my mind. Huh. So he can get emotional like anyone else. And my heart, stripped raw and cast out to sea, finally sunk deep enough to be crushed by the pressure. Me. What? If you want me gone, then kill me! Huh? You can do that, can't you? You can use your curse to kill me, can't you? Then do it, right here! Use your power, take my life! If you don't want to do that, stab me with your knife! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me! What? I'm done. I can't take it. I'm through with this whole world. No one will believe anything I say. No one cares one bit about how I feel. They just walk all over me laughing. Why? Tell me why. Why is this happening to me? I never stole anything. What are you talking about? I tried my best to look happy. Thought everything would work out if I could keep smiling. Believed that it would make things better. But nothing ever got better. What did I ever do? Tell me, what did I do? But you... All I ever did was believe. I tried my best to survive, to always wear a smile. But everything's going to be my fault. I have to deal with that for the rest of my life. Then I'm done. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live in this world anymore. Calm down, please. I don't follow what you're saying. My understanding is that you desired money, so you brought that mob. Before that, you used my father. You wouldn't believe me, and I told you the real story. I'll take your family's word over mine. I don't have any idea what I went through there. How hard it was just to keep myself together. Well, I never wanted riches. All I wanted was a decent enough wage to allow my family to live comfortably. That's all I wanted. But that man, he used my family against me. He made me... forced me to... He raped me! What? Again, no matter how much I resisted. didn't know if this was... Just put that up. He threatened me, beat me, cut me with a knife, over and over and over again. What? My father raped you? No one would believe me. I did nothing wrong. You don't believe me either, do you? So I'm done. I don't want this body anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I can't take it anymore. Help me, please. Set me free. Kill me. Kill me already. It's your curse, and kill me. Kill me! Ah! And that was a terrible scream. I apologize. Give me a moment. I need time to process this. You can do it, can't you? Kill me already. Kill me now. Kill me. Damn it. Give me time so we can talk this through. I want to hear everything from the beginning. Inside. Let's go inside and talk. The light hurts in my eyes. That was a door I might have best let stay shut. Not knowing the truth would have been so much easier. I wouldn't have been made to shudder in disgust, hearing about the crimes of my own family. But if I hadn't opened that door, I would have lost everything. That day, after far too long, I finally let myself see the person in Giselle. I'll leave this up to you for now, but... Finally, he's willing to listen. Jesus Christ. Giselle didn't recover for some time after I managed to get her inside. Unsure of what else I could do for her, I had her sit before the fireplace and waited in silence as she sobbed. I had no idea what one was supposed to say to someone who was crying. Was it normal to offer them a warm drink? I didn't know. I did know I needed to reflect on the things she had said outside and try to make sense of them. And from there, calm myself down and prepare for the conversation we were to have. As unpleasant as I was sure it would be. Yeah, it's rough. Considerable amount of time later, Giselle's sobbing drew to a stop, an oppressive silence stepping in to take its place. But maybe these two can finally come closer after this. Maybe they can finally start to heal. Because these are just two broken people. It's just rough. For far longer than was comfortable, the only sound we heard was the gentle crackling of the fire. I had to say something. I knew that, but I didn't know how. What I didn't know was how to begin. I knew nothing of having an honest, face-to-face discussion with someone about the things we were thinking and feeling. But that didn't change anything. I had to do it. Even if down that road lay truths I would be happier not seeing. Giselle, could you please tell me what you did what was done to you at my family's home? How you ended up coming to this mansion, and what happened after you left? I would like to know everything, from start to finish. Will you believe what I tell you? You never so much
This gave me the time of day before. I very much doubt you will find what I have to say agreeable. Will you still believe me, even then? Believe my word, a stranger's word, over your family or the people of the village? I cannot yet say. I must hear what you have to say to make that decision. Suppose that might be better than you saying you'll believe me unconditionally. All right, I'll tell you everything. Just know that nothing I say is a lie. Understood. So she's probably just gonna recap it, but I'll still keep the warning up there, just in case she goes into more detail. 'Cause it's rough. What happened in the capital with Michael's father, and what happened in the village with Amadi. She's had it incredibly rough. Giselle methodically recounted her tale for me. She told me of how she accepted an offer from the Bollingers to work as an Abigail to earn money for her family. Of how my father, Antonin, had other plans for her. Of the things he did to her. She spoke dryly, simply putting words to each event, one after the other. I had already seen how she felt deep down, though. Had heard her pained screams, which were undoubtedly genuine. I didn't think she was trying to deceive me. It was the sound of old wounds being torn open, and even I could see that. Or perhaps my own experiences were what allowed me to see it. Regardless, I had realized too late. I should have seen it sooner. She described it all mechanically, to remain detached from what had happened to her, to protect herself. If you need it better explained what did happen to her, we do talk about it more in the last stream of this game that we did. And it's a rough topic, so I won't go into any further detail here. It's not a happy time. To protect herself. Of that, I had no doubts. Still, the things she had told me were almost unbearable, and I had a difficult time accepting them. What was I supposed to do when I learned my father was a rapist? Was I supposed to react to that revelation? What was I supposed to think? But the fact that his blood flowed through me repulsed myself. Do you want all the details? What do you mean? Of the wounds he gave me. I still have scars from the things he did. If you don't believe me, I can show them to you. Yeah, definitely. If you need to take your minds off things, it's completely fine. It is a lot. But yeah, what's up, Jess? What is a group of stingrays called? I have no idea. That's probably what I'd call it. But that's just my dorky idea for it. I'm open to ideas. But I think we are getting near a period where things at least look up. So I'm going to continue. But please feel free to share any ideas you have for the Discord server name. No, that won't be necessary. I see. That's a relief. I don't think I could have handled that right now. A fever? Oh, that's great. I love that. Oh, I love that. Zario's fever, I guess.
It's a weird name for it. That sounds like a band name. A really bad band name. So I love it.
I hadn't turned down her offer for her sake. I only did it because I don't think I could take any more. I averted my eyes to protect myself. Why had I taken my mother's word, brushing aside everything Giselle had said and done? And good and well, my mother was no longer in her right mind. So why did I thought her letter was the truth? Why had I been unable to think rationally?
These those are some names. Those are some interesting names. And come on, I'm not even in the basement. Yeah, those are some interesting names, but that is true. But yeah, I'll definitely give it some thought. Feel free to throw ideas in the suggestions channel.
There were, I believe, several factors.
Yeah, it's... I did say this game definitely made me cry. It wasn't always for happy reasons, but I will say, there were happy tears. And I think they outnumbered the sad tears, so... I do hope you will stick with me until the end. And if you need to take a break at any time, that is quite all right. That is not what I mean. I mean, I do hope that you will be here for when the happy tears come.
My childhood, my past, the witch's whispers, and above all, my own character, consumed with distrust for everything. I had to face it now, to open my eyes once more, to look at everything I'd pretended away until now. I was not completely blameless for her suffering, after all. Please, continue, if you will. I left off at the point where the mistress discovered what was happening, I believe. I was sent to this mansion to atone for my sins. Sins that she didn't even commit. It was decided I would be sent here rather than being executed, which is what the mistress wanted. At first I assumed it would be, essentially, a private prison. But in the carriage on the way here, I was given a letter. A letter? From whom? It didn't say, but your father was the one who ordered me here, so I would guess it was him. The letter was very concise, simply explaining that there was someone already there. The Bollinger's youngest child. Didn't go into any more detail than that. But it did ask me to look after you. Do you still have the letter? I don't. The coachman took it back after I was finished. Thinking back on it now, that was rather strange of him to do. It was just a harmless letter. It was anything but. What? Wasn't my father who wrote that letter. He believes me to be dead, so he would have sincerely thought he was banishing you to an empty house in a remote forest. The writer couldn't risk leaving anything that might suggest I was still alive. Then who? My brother, I believe. Either Didier or George's, but I would guess Didier. I don't know how to pronounce that name, by the way. I think it's Didier, but it's a very weird name. George's is easy. Your brother? Why would he? I do not know. I can't imagine why he would write such a letter, or why he'd want to tell you about me. I don't believe he had any ill intentions, at least. I mean, he asked me to look after you. That makes it sound like he's concerned about you. Then why doesn't he stay in contact? Why does he never respond to my letters? It's a bit late to suddenly start being concerned. No, never mind that now. Please, Just tell me the rest. Alright. Giselle resumed her story from the day she fled the mansion, terrified by my behavior. She seemed to be putting a bit more emotion in her tone of voice now, perhaps because she could see I was more interested in this part. There was a deep sadness on her face as she described the night in the rain, listening to the thunder, when she gave up on living, and I knew I had caused it. She then told me of the time she spent in the nearby village, how, at first, life had seemed wonderful, but in time it had come crumbling down. You were unfortunately right, Kev. It was too good to be true. Naturally, she wouldn't be here to tell me this if nothing bad had happened there, or had happened there. Once she was through with her tale, Giselle let out a long, heavy sigh, as though she had been holding it in for some time. I thought I could hear just a faint trembling in the air as she exhaled. That is everything. Do you believe me? If you don't, you still think I'm deceiving you, then I won't argue with you. That's fine. If that's the case, please, just kill me. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I know I wasn't very open to anything you said, but if that day, when I found you in my room, you had told me I was mistaken, the sin belonged to my father, it might not have turned out like this. The knife. A what? You were holding a knife. Yeah, small wonder she is traumatized by knives. Considering that the father used a knife to carve harlot into her skin. Why is this not? I am refreshing the web captioner. But yeah. That is what. Oh, I minimized it. I can't do that. I can't handle blades anymore. Ever since what happened, they scare me to death. Just the sight of one in someone's hand. And I start thinking they're gonna use it on me. I can't help it. I start shaking uncontrollably, growing faint of breath. The world goes white. I can't even form words. There's nothing I can do. Now I finally see. She was grimacing in pain. The day the package arrived, when you knocked my hand away. Because I was scared. Because it reminded me of that time. I had assumed she was simply jumpy from a guilty conscience. I felt nauseous, realizing I'd been pouring a constant stream of salt onto her unmendable wounds. What a damned fool I was. Why did you get so upset with me? Why did you have to point a knife at me? I didn't want you snooping. If you meant to sell information about me, I thought I had to do anything in my power to stop you. I'm still not convinced it was necessary. I was unarmed. I couldn't fight back. You didn't need a knife. I have nothing left anymore, so I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. You're a jerk. What you did was inexcusable. You may not have hurt me physically, but you still hurt me. Humans are frail creatures. They wound easily. Apologize. Apologize to me. I said, apologize. I'm sorry. Again, put your heart into it. Convince me you mean it. I'm sorry. Again, once more. Get down on your knees and shout it from your gut. I am so very sorry. Was that a laugh? Jeez. You're such a strange man. Strange? You told me to do it. Nothing's going like I thought it would. I figured even if we talked, you would just deny everything I said. I didn't think you'd actually listen to me. But you did. You listened and you looked quite distressed by what you heard. I looked distressed? Oh yes, you sure did. I wish I'd had a mirror to show you. I'm sure you didn't want to believe what I said, but you didn't once accuse me of lying. You faced up to the truth and you apologized. I seem to have had the wrong impression of you as well. I didn't try to see you for who you were, instead letting myself believe you were someone to be afraid of. To be honest, I didn't like you very much. The feeling was mutual, but for some reason I don't feel that way now. Is it guilt? I need to apologize to you too. Apologize for what? I led the villagers here. I almost sold my soul to the devil. Tried to sell you out to save myself. For that, I am truly sorry. I don't understand. What? Do I need to get down on my knees too? No, that's not what I meant. The blame falls on the village for falsely accusing you of stealing. You were a convenient scapegoat for their real thieves. They plan to take advantage of you from the start. That Amity was probably in on it as well. Yep. To get back at you for rejecting his proposal, plus giving the village a single target to let out their frustrations on wood, in a way, help unify them. He used you to meet that end. In order to escape from your trap, you told them about me. This was after I had threatened you, causing you to flee from this place. You have nothing to apologize for. Still, I feel really bad about it. So, I'm sorry anyway. You're unexpectedly stubborn. But now that we've both apologized to each other, we can call everything square. Square? Square. We were both in the wrong. So we apologized and we forgave each other. She gave a little smile, but all I could do was stare at her, brow furrowed in perplexity, like I was looking at some bizarre fantasyland creature. The weight of her crimes was not equal. What I had done to her was so much worse. Furthermore, I am Antonine's son. His blood flows through me. Can you honestly say you don't find me revolting? That you're willing to forgive me for that? I didn't think I would be able to. If I were her, my grudge would extend to all my family, everyone I had ever come in contact with. I can. Although, you don't need forgiveness for being his son. Being related to someone doesn't make you responsible for their sins. Wouldn't be fair to blame you for that. You're curious. What? Curious? About what? No, not that curious. You're a strange creature. I'm human, you know. Yes, I know you're human. You're making me lightheaded. Is it a medical emergency? That's quite the leap in logic. You know, I was at my lowest just a little bit ago, and now I'm laughing again. It's odd. I never expected I would recover at all. I was just as surprised as her. She had been through hell, and she had more than enough reason to despise me, to shower me with vitriol. But instead, she was smiling.
and even more unexpected was the fact that I felt relieved to see it. I really, truly wished I had gotten to know him sooner. Yes, I had fled from the mansion in fear of him, but maybe if I'd had just a bit more courage. Also, if anybody had dipped out from due to the torture and the mention of sexual assault, I believe we are through that. And we have actually gotten to the point where where Giselle has shared her story, and Michael believed her. And, I think that's a weight off both their shoulders. Yes, I had fled the mansion in fear of him, but maybe if I'd had just a little more courage, enough to tell him the truth, maybe he would have listened. I had let my initial impression of him solidify too quickly. I had convinced myself he was insensitive and perpetually emotionless, save for the Arctic stare. The man standing before me did experience sadness, pain, and distress. Or at the very least, he appeared to, from where I was standing. Michael was, just like me, an ordinary person. That said, there was still plenty I didn't know, still lacking explanations for much of his behavior. Would you mind telling me about yourself now? I'd like to get to know you better. What are you doing here in this mansion, all alone? Why do you call yourself cursed? I told you everything. It's only fair you do the same. I have no interest in using your information for anything. I have no reason to. Or are you going to keep pushing the master and servant line? Do you still think I have no need to know? Be quiet. For the love of God, shut up. Stop talking already. You always pick the worst time. What? Excuse me. What do you mean I always pick the worst time? No, I wasn't. Unbelievable. Just when I was starting to think you actually might be a decent human being, then you go and spout this. No, Giselle. I wasn't talking to you. Who else could it have been? I was, talking to, I have a condition that forces me to vocalize objections to my own thoughts. It's about as convincing as my allergic to people excuse. Sorry. Weirdo. What crosses did he bear? What secrets did he keep? Maybe the truth was far beyond my reckoning. And if it was... my hand's falling asleep. Why is it doing that? That's weird. Even if he did... Let me get up and stretch a little bit. Oh, I'm feeling so much better that they actually reconciled. God, that was such a rough patch to go through. Oh my God. See, this is why I wanted to go. You see why I wanted to get to, like, this part of it? I don't know. Even if he did, please tell me everything. No matter what you say, I won't doubt your words. I will trust you, and I'm sure I can accept anything you say. Please, if you don't put it into words, I have nothing to work with. Okay. Where should I start, though? I need to go pee real quick. My hands are... Why are they doing this? Bad blood flow, I guess? I could probably actually stand. Maybe I'll try doing that. But I'll be right back. that's what I can do. I've been doing it all the time. It's my fault. I just need to wait. Alright. I am back. I do hope you haven't been crying too much, Jess. I'm glad my voice acting is at least passable enough to evoke emotion. I'm happy to hear that. My brain is it's terrible. I saw evoke emotion. Thank you. And I thought it said evoke erection. Anyways, back to the game. I'm sure my voice can do that too. Anyways. Where should I start though? How about the curse then? Are you actually cursed? That's a difficult question. I cannot, for example, take someone's life with my curse, nor can I bring about disaster. You're welcome, Cake. Just one of the hazards of being my viewers. I apologize. Not you, though. I know you. I apologize. I forgot you were listening as well. I should probably rein in the innuendos a bit. When my sister is listening, it feels a bit weird. I think I also told Cake that, poor Cake. After the first stream of this, I told her that I was happy she was there, but also it probably felt a bit weird for her to be stopping in on the frickin' chapter with Nelly and Mel being so weird. But anyways, back to the game. Yes, have a cake. I'll steal it. I don't have any magical powers like that. So, what you said outside was a bluff then? It was just a way to chase the villagers away. Well, you certainly put on a convincing performance. Yeah, look, this guy is absolutely a theater kid. Just edgy. Yes. Perform cannibalism, Cake. Which... that is another content warning of this game. I mean, you've seen it, but... I think that's only... I think it's only in the second door, which we've already seen. But yeah. Oy, oy, oy. So you actually can't curse anyone, huh? Regardless, I am human. Nothing more, nothing less. At least, I consider myself one. Others would disagree. And the reason for that has to do with my body. Your skin, hair, and eye color, right? Right. There we go, the tingles are gone. That was weird. Seeing Michael under the... Michael? I still can't... Anyways. Michael under the sun, he certainly wasn't what most people would consider normal. Discord? Oh wait, I'm checking. God, that part is so rough to get through. Oh my god. Awe-inspiring, in fact. Giving birth to me, it broke my mother. No, I drove her mad. Not only do I appear inhuman, I'm oversensitive to sunlight. Although light through the window isn't much of a problem, I can't be outside, directly under the sun, for more than a couple hours. I know, isn't there like a... game suggestions? Nope, you added that there too. Okay. Oh! Oh, that's so cute! Thank you! Oh, those are nice. Please read the rules. Yes, please read the rules. Yep, I saw it. That's good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have forgotten how to use Discord. But thank you so much, Jess. Those are very nice. And yes, what do I think I copied my rules from another. I think I copied my rules from another thing. No, wait, maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Oh well. I probably should add more rules, but eh. Yeah, I saw. I see in art. Yep.
When she realized I couldn't go out into the sun, my mother started thinking I was possessed by a demon. So she banished me to this mansion until my curse was broken. That was 10 years ago.
Just because you look different from them?
The family's reputation
Excuse me.
was at stake too. If other noble houses realized they were giving refuge to an unholy creature, it would destroy the Bollingers. You saw how the villagers reacted. They called me a demon when they saw me.
I suspect the rumors about the mansion played a part in that. If nobody thought the house was cursed, they wouldn't have.
I'm sure you were afraid as well.
You saw me and thought I was not of this world, that I looked like a demon. I thought you looked like an angel.
A what?
I thought you looked more like an angel than a demon. It never once crossed my mind you might be evil. But I understand your situation now. Because of your appearance, you've lived all alone in this dark mansion.
For 10 years. It was never really an inconvenience. They bring me all the supplies I need.
You big liar. Have you never considered running away?
That's not an option.
Because of the sun?
No, I could move during the night if I really wanted to. I'm being watched to ensure I don't leave.
Watched?
I can't allow anyone to find out that I am alive, particularly at the Bollinger estate. If I were to run and they were to find out, I would probably be killed. If only I didn't stand out so much, I might be able to stay out of sight easier. But also, I had been holding on to a little hope, I think. Hope that I might be able to return someday. I've all but given up that hope now, though. Not that I ever had enough willpower to really fight for it.
I see.
You don't need to worry about pitying me either. It's long since become normal to me.
It's not something that should ever become normal. So, what was that really a moment ago? You don't actually have a condition that makes you argue with yourself, do you? Please, tell me.
You don't have to believe me. In fact, I doubt you will. You're free to think I'm completely mad.
Don't worry, I want to know.
I can hear the witch's voice.
The witch's voice?
It started when I first arrived at the mansion. No one else can hear it either.
Like I said, it sounds crazy. Not at all. I said I would trust you, so I believe you. Maybe he's not well. Yeah, that has to be it. 10 years all alone in one place and you're bound to start hearing things. Seems like a delicate person, too. Thinking about it like that. I'm starting to feel really sorry for him. My poor little meow meow.
Do I want to know what you're thinking?
I'm here for you.
Uh-huh.
I've made up my mind. I'm going to stay here with you.
Wait, what?
Don't worry, I'll shout so loud you won't be able to hear that silly witch's voice anymore.
Will you now?
If you hear it again, let me know, understood? You don't have to be afraid.
I never said I was.
Whenever you hear it, I'll be there with you, holding your hand. Well, you kind of took the extremely long route. But there you have it. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Master.
Master.
Now, where should we begin? I know, supper. Are you hungry? What should I make?
Slow down, please.
What is it? If there's something you'd like, I'm happy to accommodate.
You actually intend to stay here again?
Also, I think Jess will really enjoy this this chapter, because I do have to say master a lot.
After what happened the last time?
Because of what happened. Because of that, we're finally able to see past each other's surface. I want us to try again, from the beginning. And this time, actually try to be considerate of one another's feelings. That's a promise, Master.
Alright.
I can stay here, right?
I don't mind.
I'm glad to hear it.
Say,
A yes, Master?
if you ever want something from me,
Could I please ask you to put it into words?
I don't have much faith in my ability to pick up on things.
Autistic. Big mood. Big fucking mood right here. My god, biggest of moods. Like, I either, like, worry that I can't pick up on things or that I'm reading too deeply into things. And it's never one or the other. It's very fun. I mean, I guess that's how it is for normal people, but I feel like I more easily misread cues. Anyways. Got it. Then here's something to start with. What do you say we open some of these windows?
Open the windows.
Yeah, we don't have to do it if you think it'll cause you problems, but it would be nice to get a little light in here. I'd like to put an end to this house being a dark, closed-off cave.
I wasn't the one who barred the windows.
You weren't?
They were like that when I arrived. Made it seem like a very appropriate place to lock me away. Well, I am sensitive to light, yes, as I mentioned. A little sun through the windows shouldn't cause any problems.
Alright then, can I ask you to help me open them? Let's both lighten this place up. After a few moments of silence, Michael gave me a curt nod. Well, we couldn't do anything about the windows that had been boarded up. Two of us forced open the ones that were just covered by rusted-over shutters. I got the first one open, a beautiful stream of light, like nothing I had ever seen before. Oh, howdy. You can come in. Howdy, you can come in. What's up?
Streaming?
Yep.
Just streaming about
House in Fata, Morgana. It's the same.
sad.
But it's happier now. Finally. I think Dad got those for me and I just left them there. I need to. Thanks. You're fine. I'd assume that spring would never come. All we had to do was talk to each other. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Oh. Talk to each other. How are you? Good.
We got 2 walks in today.
Nice. How's the little guy? Oh, he's wet. He looks like you want to say hi?
We can make him rumble.
No, it's fine. He's getting dried.
Are you gonna come see Mama?
He got all wet.
He
Shit
won't
got
come.
all wet from.
No, you keep him. He's all wet
Yeah.
and dirty. Out in the walk. It was a pretty
Yeah.
walk. It was a nice walk, though.
I'm glad it was nice.
Will you help me bathe him tomorrow night?
Sure.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you and Maggie can do it.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right.
Mhm.
So read on. I want to hear more.
Alright. Listen to each other and everything would fall into place. But it was that first step that was so hard. So much harder than either of us had expected. Now the ice was melting, we had to treasure that. Might not have seemed like much to everyone else, but to us it was a huge accomplishment. But yes, welcome my mother to the stream. Kind of, sort of.
Yay!
She says hi.
Hello.
Oh, Dad says hi as well to Alice. I don't know, is Alice still here? Alice is still here. Just
Hi,
lurking.
Alice.
She
And
might not
everyone
be.
else?
She's lurking, so she might not hear it, but that's fine.
That's okay.
This time it'll all work out. It has to.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're fine. I didn't know if it was a squeaky toy. Kevin says hi. Another one
Hi,
of my
Kevin
viewers.
from last night. Or the other
Hey,
night.
Other
Nice.
night.
Again, yeah.
Jess says hi as well.
Hola.
I had all the confidence in the world when we were together. But now that I'm alone in the dark, in the absolute silence of the night, I'm starting to get anxious again. Starting to feel like something bad is going to happen. To be fair, something bad has happened to Giselle. A lot. A lot in this game. A lot has gone wrong for her. Like I'm going to mess something up again. Took a big step today, and I know I have to keep it together. Keep thinking positive. Not a flashback to this. The goods you're after, Giselle, are not cheap. Understand? Ay, ay, ay. And here's Amade. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the woman hath committed 3 sins. She has lied, she has stolen, she has betrayed her fellow man. It's alright. It's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of, Giselle. Whatever happens, you have to hold fast to your faith in the goodness of others. You have no reason to tremble. You have lots of reason to tremble, unfortunately, but she is very resilient. Hmm?
Good.
Yes, come in. That's odd. I don't think I was hearing things. There's no one there. What was that about? Oh? A glass? It's wine, and it's so warm. Guess he heated it on the fire for me? Oh, you. You could have at least said hi. I have a feeling this is going to work out.
Who warmed the wine?
It was probably Michael. It was the other one in the house.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, and we're going back to here.
Is that Giselle?
Warm wine? That is possibly, probably Giselle. Yes, Giselle, but much, much later. So this game takes place. So the game is about a soul that wanders into a mansion, and the maid, who is this here, calls you her master, and seeing as you have no memories, offers to take you through the memories of the mansion to see the other masters of the eras. So it first goes to 1590, and then I think it's like the 1600s, and then the 1700s, 1800s. It goes through like 3 different doors. And then this first door was in the 12th century. Or, you know, Maggie would like to be pedantic and say it was the 11th century since it was 1099, but I think that basically counts as the 12th century. So she is presumably from the 12th century, but she was also in all of the other doors as well, so that's at least 700, 800 years, so we don't know what she is exactly. Yes, I know, Cake. You say 11th. The light shining through the windows is swallowed whole by the darkness, as if to say our time together never actually existed. We saw it, though. Together, we watched the light crack open the darkness. Crap. God damn it.
Sorry.
You're fine. I'm begging you, please remember. Please, find yourself. Please, Giselle, don't let the things you felt, the warmth that fell over us, remain lost to you. So she also forgot. she lost her memories. I might have seen it.
You're good at reading this.
Thank you. Seen that most beautiful light, Giselle. But are these truly my memories? Could they not be someone else's tale? Like all the others we have seen so far? She was so bright and energetic, and I am neither of those. Besides, the maid needs not a tale of her own. This is not a story. These are memories. Mine and your memories, no one else's. It was all very much real, as were the kinder, happier days that came next. Which, goddamn, we need some of those. So, to put it into... She had a rough time. I don't want to go through all of it. I don't know if you want to hear all of it. She's a maid. Well, she was actually originally a merchant's daughter. And then the Bollinger estate, well, a man from the Bollinger estate came and offered her a job as an abigail that would pay a lot, which was good because her sister was getting married and needed the money to help with the marriage. But turns out the guy who offered her the job was not out of the best interests. Yeah, that was Michael's father, Antonine, who raped her.
Oh no.
And tortured her. Yeah. And then Michael's mother found out and claimed that Giselle was seducing the father and wanted her executed, but eventually got convinced to banish her to this mansion. And then she worked with Michael for a little while. Michael was very standoffish, and Giselle snuck into his room to try to learn more about him. She didn't intend on sneaking in exactly. She had went to try to go talk to him. And then Michael found her there and threatened her with a knife, which we learned later made her unable to talk because of the trauma from it. So she ran, and then she found a village with a man named Amadi, and she stayed in that village for a while, became close with it. And then Amadi started liking her, but she didn't really feel the same way. And then the village got discovered by a lord that wanted them to pay back taxes. So then things started getting really rough in the village, and then things started going missing. So they accused Giselle of stealing it and tortured her through essentially waterboarding. I know, waterboarding. Something like that. And she barely, not managed to escape. They were going to make her village property if she didn't find a way to repay back all the stuff that had been stolen. But she remembered that the mansion was there, and that Michael had said that she could have sold furniture there when they first met to get money. So she took them to the mansion, and then Michael scared them off because he looked scary, like a demon, and he pretended to be have the witch's curse. And then he started berating Giselle, like, why did you bring the mob here? And then that's when Giselle finally lost it, and eventually after, because she wanted him to kill her, and then they both finally calmed down, and she finally told him everything. And now they're hopefully gonna get closer, because she has been through a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, this door. All of the doors have been rough, but this door has been especially so. I think that's why when you heard me like thump something the other day, I punched the desk.
Oh.
I was not happy.
This is like during the medieval times. Then.
Yeah.
So during all that dark ages.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head out. You know what time it is?
I do.
I love you.
Love
and
you
there's
too.
your puppy.
There's my puppy. He's still all wet, probably. Sorry about that recap, but I wanted to fill my mom in on it.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for being patient.
Yep.
I appreciate you.
Yep, love you.
Take any recycling out?
Oh, yeah, here, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
I have a lot of it, actually.
I saw that.
I apologize. I think, hold on. And these.
Yes, I
Sorry.
need those.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great evening.
I will, you too.
Thank you.
Don't mind at all. Glad to hear it, Kev. She does have to head out, though. Kinder, happier days. Those words create a strange warmness within my chest. But at the same time, they make me indescribably anxious. Is there really happiness to be found down that road? Even if our past doesn't lead to happiness, it couldn't be worse than where we are now. Come, Giselle, to the spring that made us more than just strangers. Back to Michael. Oh, and here we go. Master, come on, get up. Up with you. Master! At least, yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, it was... And I don't blame you if you don't want to go back through the past. I still need to upload those VODs, that VOD, but the past VOD was also very rough because it was detailing, you know, what happened with Giselle. But we are finally through that, out of the dusk into the dawn, so they say, or out of the night into the dawn, I suppose. What? See, what did I tell you? It's so much nicer in here with a little light. And this was one of the memories that appeared, and also this is one of my favorite tracks. It's so good. And don't worry, Jess, you'll probably be crying again, but happy tears. I mean, I can't guarantee that, but I definitely cried happy tears in this game too. So. It's not all just sad tears, thankfully. Morning? Wait a sec. Don't you hide under your bedspread. Oh god, he is so me. He is so me. He is me for real, for real. It's like me for real. Get out of there. I'm fine with my own room staying dark. What's she even doing in here? Oh, but Master, you agreed that I could open the windows. I did, yes. Don't worry, I've put curtains up. If it gets too bright, you can draw them. Mornings take the best part of being outside and squeeze them all into the same few hours. So this was a memory that we had that helped convince us that, you know, the fourth door was not real. You don't have to go outside in the sunlight for it either. Just listen to all those wonderful sounds. Giselle, I love you. I am not a morning person. At all. Well, maybe there's a first time for everything, we'll see. But I do understand that some people that doesn't happen as well. Just quite alright. The joyous songs of the birds, the swaying of the trees, the rustling of leaves. Am I being as pushy as I feel right now? Kind of. But you wouldn't be you if you weren't, so for now, I won't get on you about it. Also, now that I know your real intentions, no, never mind. I completely misjudged you. You're the exact opposite of what I thought you were. You're gonna be back? Okie dokes. I do hope this time is working better for you, but also, please do not mess up your sleep schedule for me. I need to try to stream for times that are better for you. I try to do it on the weekends. I try to go early, but I need to do it better. About 20 minutes, okie dokes. I'll still be here.
exact opposite of what I thought you were. What did you think of me? It's 3 a.m. Jazz. You can always catch the VODs, okay? I do appreciate you being here, though. But also, thank you. But please take care of yourself. That's why I try to, like... I don't know how much it helps, but I try to, like, vary my stream times, which probably isn't good for retaining members, viewership. Oh, you got free today and tomorrow? Okay, that's good. Never mind then. Wreck your sleep schedule. So long as it's alright. I'm glad for that. Well, tomorrow I'm actually going to be streaming quite a lot, probably, as well. I think I did a announcement in the Discord about it. So that should be fun. Or, you know, it could take very short time for my Nuzlocke to end. Likely with us just getting wiped or something. Oy, oy, oy. But we'll see. Anyways, back to this. Let's see. I thought you were cold and cruel, heartless and incomprehensible. Oh, that's true. Apologies. Yes, enjoy Stranger Things. Please, please, enjoy that. Have fun with that. Yes. I hope that goes well. I hope I don't get wiped as well. We've already lost one Nuzlocke, which is funny. Nuzlocke. Does it recognize? It doesn't recognize Nuzlocke, which makes sense. That's a weird word. It's not really even a word. Anyways. But I'm beginning to get a better idea. You try to put on airs, but you're really rather childish. You have a short temper, but can be surprisingly playful. What else? You have a pretty difficult personality, too. There's not a single good trait on that list. Now, hear me out here. That's not everything. You gave me a chance to talk, and you listened intently. You can be kind of nice, too. We agreed that we would live together, not just in the same house, so we've got plenty of time to add more to the list. Yeah, I don't know. Mr. Captions is, doesn't behave sometimes. Hold on. I've never got, how do you pronounce? So I know there's Mr., I know there's Mrs., and then, I know people have been saying, like, their gender-neutral term for that is MX. How is that pronounced? Anyways, that's entirely not related to anything that's happening here. And I hope you can make your own list about me too. This is just the beginning, after all. We've got a long time ahead of us. Plenty enough to get to know each other, no? Let's not waste any time then. What do you say we do something today we haven't been able to do before? Where should we begin? Ooh, I know. We can get this place cleaned up. You want to clean? Now that there's some actual light in here, we can see all sorts of things we'd probably rather not. Like dust. All over the place. My vision was still slightly unfocused, having not completely escaped from Morpheus's embrace. Like the two pills guy? No, I know it's the god of sleep. But I could see well enough to catch her smiling brightly. That was the first time I'd gotten a good look at her in the light. Could see facial features I had missed during yesterday's commotion, and those glittering eyes. Not even a trace of the tribulation she had endured tainted her pure jade eyes. She's surprisingly good looking. I am clearly not myself right now. Feels any kind of emotion. I am not. Something is wrong with me. What is happening? I'm feeling feelings? Gross. I went 10 years without feeling feelings. We're not doing that again. Is something the matter, Master? I know. You're still half asleep, aren't you? I guess I'm just going to have to throw my best bucket of water on you. What is a best bucket of water? Trust me, Giselle has had... This is a terrible joke, but Giselle has had too much experience with the worst bucket of water. Too soon? Probably too soon. I'm awake, I'm awake. Is there something on my face, then? Just far too amusing a sight to wake up to. Amusing? Oh, just get out of bed already. What a noisy morning. Oh, Giselle time. I got my first decent look at Michael's face under the light that morning. Watching him stifle a yawn as he crawled out of bed. Is it stifle or stifle? Stifle is what captions is saying. Except now it's stifle? Stifle? Whatever. All the little details I hadn't been able to pick up on in the darkness. His expressions, mannerisms, and the way he looked at me. I could see facial features I had missed during yesterday's commotion, and those vivid, all-consuming red eyes. I was probably, no, almost certainly, making a really dumb face at him. Is it just me? Or is he kind of, no, very pretty? Oh my god, these dorks. Oh, I love these dorks. They're so dumb. I love them. How could I have not noticed until now? Oh jeez, wow, I can't look at him in the eyes. Freaking... This is the girl boss male wife that we needed. Yes? What can I do for you? Is there something on my face? What? No, Huh? Hair monster! Excuse me. No, your hair, it's really long. Yes, that's it, way too long. Oh, is that any way for a servant to speak to her master? I'm just kidding. I don't have any interest in holding your status against you anymore. I see. It's really hard to tell if he's joking or not. So, about that cleaning. May I wash my face first? What? You're going to hell? As I just said, I'm not going to act like I'm superior to you anymore. What are you snickering about? I can't help it. I'm happy. If my hair really does bother you, you can cut it. Huh? I can cut it? Of course! I'll give you the best haircut you've ever had. Oh, but I should warn you, you'll want to stay perfectly still. A monster with a pair of scissors. My sister always said you were as likely to lose an ear as you were your hair whenever I cut it. You stay away from me! Oh my god. Don't let her near your hair. I was shocked at how much more comfortable I felt around her, only one day following our opening up to one another. Oh, this music is good too. I mean, this whole game has such good music. Maybe this was normal, and I had simply never felt it before. I didn't know. I had thought it would take years of work to get close enough to someone to be able to have a conversation without picking apart every little detail. Mood. But here I was, a day later, already there. Was that how it usually worked? Did people normally get close and draw apart so freely? I didn't find it unpleasant to have someone else around. Max, Mix, or Mex? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting, though. I'd probably go with Mex if I had to guess. I don't know. Didn't find it unpleasant to have someone else around. It was
a strange feeling. All that friction dissipated in an instant. It was like we had known each other for years. Though not entirely willingly, we began sharing meals, something I'd always done by myself. Hey, I see you shoving aside that parsnip. You'd eat everything. Do you have any idea why there was so much rotting parsnip in the cellar? I don't care for it. You could at least pretend to be ashamed. Yeesh, you're not a kid, so don't be so picky. It's not good for you. Hasn't caused any problems thus far. It will soon enough. I can't believe you. You have limited supplies and you won't eat your vegetables? Ooh, question. I've got an idea. Go on. Is the list of supplies sent by your family set in stone? I was just wondering if it was possible to make requests. If I could, I would just go out on a shopping trip. Perish the thought. The only vigil around here is the one you came from. Right. Say, are you saying that out of concern for... Michael! Who would ever be concerned about you? I just want to be able to sleep all at night. I'm not interested in throwing more servants to the lions. You know, you're a whole lot simpler of a person than I first thought. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. Back to your question about the delivery. Yes, you can. I haven't made any requests lately, but you can write what you want on a sheet of parchment. Or if we don't have any, something similar. Put it in the box and leave it outside. As long as your request is not completely unreasonable, it should arrive with the next package. There. Why, is there something you need? Yeah, I was hoping to increase our selection of vegetables. And while I'm at it, if possible. Actually, that's a secret. A secret? It's nothing too exciting. I'll tell you when the time is right. Our relationship with Michael gradually transitioned from master and servant to something closer to friends. He was still my master, but he allowed me almost complete freedom. And he didn't order me around either. He even gave me a hand with my work. Though he was still not very talkative and oftentimes hard to read. He at least seemed to be making an effort to close the gap. He would on occasion tell me about himself, though not in much detail, and any time his family came up, he grimaced uncomfortably. Apparently his father had wanted him dead. His brothers, though, had worked to create a scenario in which he could live, faking his death and sending him to this remote mansion. I never encountered Michael's brother while at his family's estate. Michael's brothers. Yeah. But assuming he was right and it was one of them who had given me that letter, they were likely our only allies at that house. Don't know what he's thinking. It's been 10 years, Michael had muttered. To which I had replied, have faith. It was better to believe in something, even if it felt silly and unreasonable, than to lose faith in everything. My being able to find renewed belief in the kindness of people was what had allowed me to start smiling again, after all. Because I was able to have that faith, I was able to enjoy life once more. It wasn't an exciting or thrilling life. It was a humble, simple one with just the two of us. But I wouldn't trade that light for anything. Some people might think it dull or dreary, but it was ours. Master, I really, truly appreciate that you want to help with the cooking. I do, honestly. But... this is apocalyptic. This is mutinous. This is an affront to gastronomy. This is unearthly disgusting. Get me better ingredients. What? I'm not a bad cook. These are simply bad ingredients. If they were better, they would taste just fine boiled. It's not as bad as you claim. Besides, you make a mockery of the culinary arts. I've been eating this for years. I don't see the problem. I've heard quite enough, Master. Sounds like I'm going to need to put your taste buds through some intense rehabilitation. I have to teach him what real food tastes like.
Yeah, I'd imagine being a shut-in for 10 years. Well, you have all those books. There's gotta be one or two on cooking. Come on, man. You have no excuse. Well, I guess you have some excuse. Depression. Which is understandable. Otherwise, he won't be able to appreciate it if I make him something really good. Then again, I do have the literal entire library of all known knowledge at my fingertips. And I still go for pre-made shit, so I can't really say anything, can I? Hold the chair steady for me, will you? I'm going to wipe down the top shelf. I can handle it. I'm tall enough to reach without standing on a chair. It's not as simple as just running a rag over it. I've got practice, so let me take care of it, alright? There's a lot more dust than I expected. Probably should have used something to cover my mouth. I'm going to want to hold your breath for this, Master. Alright, here goes. She's quite practiced. Is there any need for me to be holding the chair? Achoo! Whoa! Hold the chair! Ow. I'm sorry. I didn't think there would be that much dust. Thank you for holding the... Master? Your hand is... Wow. It's an anime now. What? Your hand is, it's on my chest. Very anime moment. It was an accident. Right, it was. It's fine, really. It was my fault anyway. It's completely, totally fine. I can't even look at her in the eyes. Could this be any more painfully awkward? So don't worry about it, Master. Honestly, I should be apologizing for subjecting you to that. That's easier said than done, Michael. I have to do something about this stifling awkwardness. For one, it was only a moment. I barely even realized what it was. But that's not the issue. I need some clever way to brush all this aside. Something witty that tells her I'm not bothered at all. I'm not concerned. In fact, I see no reason to be concerned at all. I knew this line was coming and I still can't goddamn take it. It felt like I was squeezing an obese rat. Oh my god. Hold on. Okay. Oh my god. Michael is quite the charmer. I hardly even perceived it as a breast. Me too, Giselle. Me too. Similar to an obese rat. You'll get there someday, Pig. I believe in you. I mean, come on. All I gotta do is hide an obese rat under your shirt. It's that easy. And you know... I mean, it goes either way for top surgery, you know? Because either you hide it under your shirt, or, you know, you put it under your shirt and it nibbles away at the... It does top surgery the other way, too. I mean, depending on how fed the rat is, it can go either way. Sorry, that was terrible. An obese rat. An obese rat. What? How utterly insensitive can you be? I'm going to rip every last hair off your head. Gah! Leave my hair out of this! Oh my god. Such a... Oh my god. Say, Master, what did you do all this time by yourself? That's an exceedingly vague question.
Say, when you were really, really stupidly bored out of your mind, what did you do to keep yourself occupied? Meditate? Just how many times have you reached enlightenment? I sometimes played chess, too. Chess? Wait, by yourself? Yes, I imagine how an opponent might react to my moves and play the other side that way. Nerd! Fucking nerd! That's kind of depressing to think about. How about this, Master? Play a game against me. Do you know the rules? You bet I do. I do come from a family of merchants, so I keep up with trends and know all sorts of games. Oh-ho. Prepare to meet your maker. I haven't played chess in a while either. I think I'm too impatient for it. Although I have seen, there's apparently a game called Shotgun King, which is chess, except the king has a shotgun and is like the only remaining piece on the board. So you have to shoot the enemy pieces with your shotgun. It's a very interesting game. Oh, you've seen it? Yeah, I haven't checked it out very much, but it looks good. I know, is it Northern Lion? I think he was playing it. I don't watch too many of his videos, but I have him in my, I'm subscribed to him, so. Yeah, I think he was playing it. I'm not entirely certain though. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Nice. Well, that's good. You know, it can already work with that, huh? So, who was I supposed to prepare to meet again? Come on, it was a little mercy. You trounced me. One more time. I just wasn't at the top of my game. When am I going to meet this maker? What? How? When did you put me in checkmate? One more. Hold on. That's not fair. Take it back. Ah, my king. Please stop. Amateur. Can't you just go a little bit easy? You never asked me to go easy. This isn't a game, this is a slaughter. It's a one-side massacre. About this maker. I'm looking right at him. That was actually kind of fun. No, it wasn't. It was miserable. Next time we're playing something fair. Such as? Let's see. Ooh, I know. Arm wrestling. Hello? Arm wrestling. Yeah, you sit across from each other, put your elbow on the table, grab hands, so you can pin the other down. Who would ever willingly participate in such a primitive competition? Not interested then? Or are you afraid you might lose? I can't imagine losing to a woman. Alright, elbow on the table. Start on my count. Ready, go! Victory! I told you, he's such a twink. He is a twig of a twink. I can't believe they put a montage in a visual novel. It was cute though. With each passing day, it grew less and less unusual having Giselle always at my side. I began more freely engaging in silliness, speaking my mind and showing emotion. could say her name, and Giselle would turn around and smile at me. An unimaginable sight not long ago. For 10 years. For 10 years I had lived alone. Solitude had been my normal. But that was very rapidly changing at her hands. I don't know if Shotgun King would be something I'd stream, though. I more enjoy streaming, like, story-heavy games, as you can probably tell. Or at least games with some degree of story. I enjoy sharing those with you guys and experiencing them, or, you know, sharing the experience. I have already played through this game, but it still hits. Still hits after that. Still hurts and still hits. I was very rapidly changing at her hands. We were continually getting closer, yes, but not in a romantic sense. If I had to describe it, I would say good friends was probably the most apt. Time continued to press on, relationship remaining relatively stable. Eventually, summer came, bringing with it the longest periods of sunlight I had experienced in many years. Then the leaves began falling from the trees, and before long the world grew cold and dreary. It's complicated. There's not a... I don't know for certain. So I think there's some extra stuff that there's minor changes that they do for a replay. But I don't want to speculate too much on that now, just in case it's, like, spoiler-ish. But I think, for instance, like, the dreams weren't as well described? I don't remember. And instead of it calling the main character the destitute soul, they just had it as question marks, I think, the first time through. I think there's been slight changes, but it's been a long time since I played this, so I can't exactly remember. I guess that's a little bit... there's also, like, sequel and prequel stuff. Like, sequels and prequels. But I haven't played either of those, so we'll see. Or it's a weird... Anyways, we'll get to it when we get to it. I don't want to spoil anything. Although you're quite far into it. We're pretty far into it. I won't say any more than that. Because I do have a tendency of saying more than I need to. So. Let me keep this mouth zipped. Except for, voicing. That winter, the fireplace was never without a crackling blaze in its belly. The boiled wine we drank was undoubtedly middling and cheap. But she said with a smile, "I've never had wine this good." And though I didn't say anything, I felt the same way. The sun set much earlier, and having stopped using candles, we found ourselves habitually gathering around the fireplace when it grew dark. Oh. Reading a story by the fireplace like this almost makes me feel like we're in another world, doesn't it, Master? Bet that's why troubadours perform at pubs, so they can be near the fire. Or because there's ale. Drunkenness makes even bad singing and storytelling pleasant to the ears. Oh, you're such a cynic. But that's okay. Say. Yes? Do you remember when I first arrived here? When I was cleaning the library. Please, don't tell me you're bringing the Abyss Rat incident back up. No, not that. Before that. Before we could actually talk to each other. I believe I suggested we read something together, if you ever felt the inclination. You might have. I can't say I remember. Are you sure about that? You turned down my proposal, saying I was wasting my time. But look, it actually happened. Even if you don't remember, I'm sure you never thought this moment would come. I was, for the most part, focused on making sure things didn't get any worse between us. But, to be honest, I didn't expect there would actually become a time when we would sit shoulder to shoulder and read a book. Don't shit shoulder to shoulder, please. No, communal pooping. That would be a weird toilet to... I'm just imagining like a two-person toilet, and it's very weird in my mind. Anyways. Sorry. My brain goes off on the weirdest tangents. Tangents. There you go. You never know how things actually might pan out. I actually do remember. Remember how I tried to push her away. How much I mistrusted her. I was nothing but hostile to her. People change. And perhaps, if they can, so can the future. Hey, that's not bad for your vibes. That's not bad for vibes in general. Above 50 is pretty good. Oh, it's refusing to... It won't check my vibes, it's been too recent. I'll do it again. It was too recent after yours. It just hates me. Okay. I'll wait a little bit before checking. Interesting, I don't know why it's being like that. Oh, there's no S, that's right. You're right, thank you, Kev. I am very not smart. 34%. It's something. Maybe I can hope that, like our friendship, there's a chance the future might take a turn for the better. Is something the matter? I don't much care for hypotheticals, but if by some chance I were someday to be able to return to that house. Oof! Oof! That's rough cake. Those are some rough vibes. Oof. Should that time come, that house is home to her nightmares. Even if it didn't happen until after my father was gone. It wouldn't erase what he had done to her there. She acts like nothing's wrong, though. I don't know. Have her wounds healed, or do they still remain? Should that time come, if the day comes, I will do what I can to ensure you have a comfortable life in the city. Though I will not be able to inherit the estate, I can work something out. I see. Thank you very much. But if you would be comfortable doing so, I would be pleased if you were to join me. I mean, as a servant. As a servant. Yes, as a servant. We're, short on hands. You haven't been home in 10 years. How do you know they're short on hands? Bull fucking shit. I see. A servant. Do I really need to repeat myself? Yes, as a servant. Alright, sure, I think I will. I would like to accompany you, Master. How exciting. I'm sure a wonderful future awaits us. I pray so. Now, back to the story. I believe we had just gotten to the point where the knight set out to defeat the monster and save the princess. I bet he was a big, buff, muscular knight. Let's not talk about how muscular he was. She let out a gentle laugh, and I thought I smelled something sweet on her breath. Was it her scent, or perhaps just my imagination? I had no way of knowing. We sat so close, even the slightest shift seemed sufficient to allow me to hear the sound of her heartbeat, causing mine to accelerate. Curiosities flooded my mind. What might she be thinking now? And what does she think about me? And as much as I tried to banish them, I frustratingly failed. I was just getting caught up in the moment. I had just briefly lost my way, though I tried to convince myself otherwise. It was all in vain. When had my pulse gotten so rapid? When had my skin gotten so flushed? When, how, why was any of this happening to me? I thought I had already learned my lesson about having feelings for someone else. Oh, it's still Michael. I was expecting it to switch to Giselle, but I guess not. Before long, winter retreated and our second spring came to take its place. It is absolutely, definitely, now the 12th century. It has been over a year. It is undoubtedly the 12th century. A full year had passed since we had resumed living together. I don't think it was my imagination that this year felt much warmer than last. Spring seemed to have arrived a bit earlier than in previous years. One night, when the breeze carried on the pleasant residual warmth, Giselle escorted me out to the garden. Yes, 12 indeed. Come on, Master, hurry up. It's the middle of the night. What's so important? I just found it myself, and I couldn't wait until morning. A rose! It blossomed! A rose? Giselle had, over the past year, cleaned up the nest of weeds that had been strangling the garden. Off to the side of a small plot of turned soil, swaying in the wind beneath the moonlight, was a single red rose. When did you... Last year, I requested flower seeds, but I just couldn't get them to grow, and I was starting to think they never would. That was the surprise that she had talked about. Or the secret. But look, it's only one, but one did. I had no idea. Of course you didn't. I didn't tell you. Why would you keep it from me? I wanted to make it a gift for you, Master. What? Why? Roses make wonderful gifts, supposedly. No, that's not what I meant. Why me? I haven't given you anything. Consider it a symbol of my hope that we'll still be close, still be this close another year from now. If we are, then this is yours. I don't follow her reasoning. I don't follow it at all, but the sight of the deep red rose almost melting into the dark night was perhaps the most wondrous thing I had ever seen in my life. I never understood why some people found flowers so enchanting. They were always just plants to me. But that one, on that night, was undeniably beautiful, majestic. And like a young child seeing a flower for the very first time, my hand automatically reached out for it. Not knowing the proper way to appreciate flowers, I didn't gently caress its petals or take in its fragrance, but snapped its stem. Oh, you picked it? They're going to bring it back to your room? When I finally processed her question, that was when I realized I probably should have left it to grow in the garden. From the base of its stem where I plucked it, the droplets succumbed to gravity and fell to the earth. There came a delayed realization that I had ended the plant's life, but it was overpowered by childish possessiveness. The stunning flower was mine. Moonlight trickled down from the heavens, giving a gentle bluish tint to my hands and the smile on her face. You're going to need a vase, then? Give me just a minute. For the briefest moment, the moonlight must have played a trick on my mind. Huh? Master? What on earth am I doing? A look of bewilderment filled Giselle's face, just inches from mine, which hammered in the reality of what I had just done. The thought had just crossed my mind that perhaps her black hair might prove a good backdrop for the rose, but it was supposed to remain a simple fancy. What was that about? An excuse. I need a good excuse. A drawing. A drawing? Right, I would like to preserve it on canvas. What
What? I mean, that a rose on its own does not make a very compelling picture, so I would like to include you as an accessory. Wait, you want to draw me, too? Merely as a background element. You're slightly more interesting than a vase, that's all. Highest of compliments here. I've never seen you draw anything before. I just never got the urge. You know how? Many years ago, my brother taught me. I don't think I can handle being a model. I've never had a drawing done of me before. You would probably be better off with just the rose. You gave it to me, didn't you? That means I am free to do with it as I please. I did. I didn't mean to sound so rude. I had no real interest in drawing the rose. But I couldn't just take it back either. Giselle had shrunk back quite visibly, and I couldn't bring myself to look at her in the eyes. So I fled to the cellar in search of supplies to escape the oppressive awkwardness. The far wall found a rectangular panel of wood and several sticks of charcoal. The materials were obviously nothing compared to what a court artist might use, but I was clearly not going to be able to do the portrait any kind of justice. God, what am I doing? I want to bury my head in the sand. Giselle was waiting for me in the stained glass chamber. It seemed she was still just as uncomfortable as when I had left her. She gave me a fleeting glance before reverting her gaze again. If only she would laugh or make a scene like usual, it would make things so much easier. Why did you have to choose now to start acting so meek? What should I be doing? Stay perfectly still, please. Do you need me to pose or anything? No, just get comfortable. Look away. Why? It's hard to work when you're watching me. What? I feel like I have to sneeze. Hold it in, please. What now? Can I see it? I've barely drawn anything yet. As long as our eyes didn't meet, I was able to observe her. My gaze was quite clearly not focused on the rose, but Giselle. First, I regretted my in-the-moment proposition, but I was beginning to think it hadn't been such a bad idea. Without some sort of pretext, I would have never been able to examine her so intently. I didn't have that kind of courage. This isn't like me. But what was like me? Did I prefer being a sharp-toned, unapproachable recluse? Was that what I wanted to strive for? Giselle was like a gale. Her mere presence dispersed the gloomy cloud that always hovered around me. Thinking about it, it's practically a miracle that we ever ended up so comfortable around each other. But she's still here right now. Light from the moon spilled through the stained glass window, taking on a multitude of pale tones before falling on her white skin and jade eyes. I had stopped sketching at some point. What in the world was going on? One of my roses had finally bloomed, which I thought would put a smile on Michael's face. But rather than improve his mood, it had made him grow all strange. Made him say he wanted to draw something. I'd never seen Michael draw anything before. I can't sit still. I tried to sneak peeks at him every once in a while, but anytime our eyes met, he gave me a stern look that way, stare. So I ended up spending a whole lot of time looking at the Archangel in the stained glass window. What could he be thinking? Could this be thanks for the rose? I'm pretty sure he's not the type who'd consider a drawing an expression of gratitude, though. If I'm wrong about that, it'll turn my whole world upside down. Maybe he wanted to draw me? No, not possible. That would turn the whole world upside down even faster. He couldn't. We're close, to be sure, but we're not that kind of close. It makes it sound like Michael's attracted to me. And there's no way. There's absolutely no way. He compares me to an obese rat, calls me an amateur at chess, laughingly crushes me. So that's not what this is it? She just can't let go of that obese rat comment, can she? Huh? Oh, yes. If it's too much trouble, you're free to leave. This will take a very long time to complete. Oh, no trouble. You had a very stern look on your face is all. I was doing that bad a job of hiding it? I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want. It was foolish to ask me of you. I'm sorry. Honestly, it's no trouble. I mean it. You just took me by surprise, that's all. I'm not even that great of an artist to begin with. That's not a talent I was blessed with. If I'm being honest with myself, I can't imagine anyone would be pleased to have bad art drawn of them. What's he getting so negative about? I wasn't the only one making a face. His head was turned slightly downward, a forlorn shimmer in his eyes. I'd never seen him make that face before. He resembled a child who had just been scorned by his mother. I wasn't at all angry or displeased with him. I was just fine, honestly. I had to get that through to him. I am pleased. Doesn't matter how it turns out. You drew it for me, Master. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant. I would... But the moonlight shining through the stained glass was so enchanting. I lost myself in it. I would be happy with anything drawn for me by the man I love. For an instant, time froze. By the time I realized what I had said, my mind had gone blank, and I couldn't form a coherent thought. I mean, like, you know, like family. You're like an older brother to me. I meant love like love for a brother. Hey, say something, Master. Give me your usual exasperated sigh. Come on now. Go on, give me your best good grief, then hurl me out the window. Oh, come on, please. Show me some disappointment. Master? When the wood panel he was using as a canvas and the charcoal in his hand crashed to the hard chapel floor, the clattering was so loud I jumped. I didn't have the presence of mind to wonder why he had knocked over the canvas, why his hands appeared to be shaking. Let me help you with that. I stepped towards him. And when I did, the moonlight shining down upon us intensified, and our gazes of jade and ruby intertwined. So this is the piece that has been playing on the title screen every time. That is another thing that has changed. That happens only once you've completed the game. Welcome back, Jess. You missed a lot. They might be confessing now. Also, this is the music that's been on the title screen, and it is a track called Giselle. And it is probably my favorite track. was a visible rosiness in his ethereally pale cheeks. Master? She just accidentally said that she loves him because she was carried away by the enchantment of the moonlight, is I think how she put it, or something similar. Flickers of panic darted beneath the surface of his normally stony, red eyes. They were trembling as he looked over at me. I was at a loss for words. We must have been under the moon's spell. We weren't thinking. We stood alone in a frozen world, robbed of all rational thought. Riding the moonlight's current, his hand fell against my cheek. It was much colder than I had expected, but it felt pleasant on my flushed skin. As we drew closer, I could feel the warmth emanating from his body, as I'm sure he could feel mine. The beating of my heart, too. His breathing stopped for a moment, then he gulped. He brought his head in. I closed my eyes and... Ah! Then I shoved him away with all my strength. Michael rolled back, knocked his head on the side of a pew, and began groaning in pain, which is when I finally realized what I had done. What have you done, Giselle? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Are you hurt? I'm fine. Sorry, you startled me. I really, truly didn't mean to knock you down. You should go back to your room. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you tonight. What? Get some rest. Good night. He turned away, marching off into the corridor, enshrouded in darkness. There was a heavy air of loneliness hanging over him, which gave rise to phantom images of him actually disappearing into the darkness. I had caused that, but I hadn't realized until it was too late. It felt like someone was sitting on my chest. It is 4 a.m. for you, Jess, so that would be rather tiring, but I can imagine that would be rather tiring. Do get some sleep if you do feel like it, but I am also glad you're here. Why would I ever do that to him? Of course I'm gonna hurt him reacting like that. Maybe I was hoping he would say it was just one of his jokes. Do I want it to be a joke? I had that option. I could pretend nothing ever happened, and tomorrow go back to the way things were before. But if I did that, there would almost certainly never be a second chance. You were okay with it. You wanted it, Giselle. Quit lying to yourself. You're the one who said you loved him, and that was no mistake. You wouldn't sit shoulder to shoulder and read a book with someone you didn't care for. You wouldn't enjoy eating supper with someone you didn't like. You wouldn't be able to live happily with someone you didn't love. You have to go after him, find him, and tell him the truth. What am I doing, for God's sake? I'm not in my right mind. Something about me was off today. I couldn't control myself. I was saying things I didn't mean, doing things I didn't intend to. I never meant to do that. But at this point I had no choice but to admit my feelings. I couldn't pretend I didn't know what they were anymore. How long had I felt this way? A week? A month? 6 months? Or maybe a full year? Had they already developed when we started anew? No, the wind didn't matter. It didn't change the facts. I was still attracted to her, regardless of when it had begun. But she pushed me away, quite literally.
I sighed at myself. Why should I be disappointed? She was nothing like me. I was reclusive and unsociable. She was the exact opposite. She was the kind of person who would confidently tell someone how she felt. And she had done exactly that. She said I was like a brother. But I hadn't listened. As a matter of fact, could I have been any more presumptuous? I don't deserve to love anyone. It's better this way. Master! What? I told you to go back to your room. Master, I need to listen to you. You to listen to me, okay? What? About what just happened. That doesn't count. You can't count any of that. Huh? That I said I loved you and that I shoved you. They don't count. Right. I was planning to forget that anyway. So, don't worry. No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, it's not something I should have said on a whim just because the moonlight was kind of pretty tonight. It wasn't supposed to be so casual. The way I said it doesn't need to get across how much I really care about you. It should have been something with more impact, rather. Me looking you straight in the eyes, my heart jumping around like it's on fire. That's how I should have said it. What? What are you... I'm saying, I want you to give me one more chance to do it right. Giselle. Calm yourself. I am calm. In no sense of the word are you calm. Fine then, I'm not calm, but I am clear-headed, and I mean every last word. Listen. Listen very carefully. I love you. I love you so much, I feel like my heart is going to explode. What? Huh? You mean, like family? Like a brother, right? Romantic love! Romantic! What? I wasn't upset back there. No, I was elated. What? My mind couldn't keep up with what I was hearing. Half out of breath where she stood, Giselle was frantically insisting that she loved me. Was I dreaming? Master? How do you... I would like to hear how you feel about me. Assuming I interpreted that correctly. We're going for a kiss back there, right? Right? So I can take that as your answer? Giselle looked up at me with bleary eyes. She had feelings. For me, it was a miracle. I could hardly breathe. It felt like as someone had stuck their hand in my chest and was squeezing my heart. I just had to say yes, and a smile would spread across her face. I could bring her joy, and all it would take was a single word. I had no reason to say no. My happiness was standing right there in front of me. What more could I ask for? All I had to do was reach out and claim it for myself. I had tried to do exactly that in the chapel, and I could do it again. I loved her. I was a twisted man, cast out of the world, and left with nothing. I had no way to make her happy. But still, Don't tell me you've forgotten what you are. Tell me! There was no moonlight to give me that nudge. Do not feel that way about you. What? I got confused for a moment. I apologize for the misunderstanding that seems to have caused. All the color drained from her, like a flower wilting before my eyes. A heavy sigh spilled from her lips. Her jade eyes swayed lifelessly back and forth. I hadn't thought mere love could possibly have such weight, but she looked as though I had just told her she was to be executed. I see. I'm sorry. let it get to my head. Sorry for making such a racket. Really, God, what was I thinking? I got way ahead of myself there. Her foul energy hurt to watch. I had hurt her, and this was the result. You wanted to protect yourself, even if it meant hurting her. But look where that got you. You would have been better off just going with it. Because when she learned the truth, she would have pushed you away anyway. I'm sorry. I'll be going now. Sorry for barging in on you like that. She made her way into the shadows toward the door. There, you did it. You preserved your peace. Got the feeling she would never again turn back. Your mistake was ever getting close to anyone. What I'd always wanted was right there in front of me, and I was so close to obtaining it. And you pushed her away. I actually did love her. She would never love the real you. No, she couldn't. You're disgusting. I can't believe you actually had the gall to fall for me. Good night, Master. She was leaving. I wanted her here, and she was leaving. I simply had to acknowledge my feelings, and she would come back. Was I really content to let her go? In my weakness, I mistreated her. I hurt her. I let her go, and I was about to lose her. Even though she said she loved me. And I felt the same way. Wait. Please, don't go. Your voice is shaking like a scared child's. What are you hoping to tell her like that? She was different. She was probably... No, she absolutely was nothing like anyone in my past. She won't be any different. I decided I would try just one more time. To believe in myself, and to believe in someone else. I lied. Giselle, from the bottom of my heart, You'll regret this. No, I won't. I sincerely love you. The fragrance of rose enveloped me. Her arms, wrapped around my chest, were both imbued with strength and shaking like mad, as though the slightest touch might shatter them. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? She said in a quavering, sniveling voice just inches from my ear. I lacked sufficient control over my mind or body to return her embrace, turn my hands through her hair, or do anything more than support her weight. I'm sorry. Jerk. Bully. Brute. You don't get to play this one off as a joke. I am truly, sincerely sorry. You've given me two different stories. Tell me, which one's the truth? Were you just confused, or do you actually love me? I want to hear you say it again. The truth is, I love you. Again! I love you. Without fumbling this time. I love you, as I've said several times now. Not good enough. Again! Have mercy, please. I'm about to die of humiliation. Can I really believe you this time? You're not gonna say you were lying again? No, I won't. Then we both feel the same way about each other? Shockingly enough. What's there to be shocked about? I didn't think that there was anything likable about me. You really have to do something about that pessimism. I'll try. I'm in heaven. I'm so happy I could cry. You are all over me.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. You first said no, everything went black. I wasn't sure what I would do anymore. I lost all hope. I really do feel bad about that. But you had a change of heart. Are you willing to have me? Yes. And everything agreed with me. That was the idea. Absolutely everything, right? You're pushing that point rather hard. I have a request. It's something I don't think I could ask you at any time but now. While we're in the moment. I forgot I had this, but I can use it as a sensor. So give me just a second. I'm rearranging the layers. Might get a bit spicy in a second, so, but not too spicy. I don't think I'll get banned, but we'll see. I will do anything, so long as it is within my ability. Tell me, what is it? Will you look at my naked body? What? More specifically, my scars. You are going to have to see them eventually. In which case, I would like that to be now. A year ago, I had refused to look at her scars. I had been certain that I wouldn't be able to accept what they represented. The abuse my father had subjected her to. Possible I would have preferred never having to face that, but I, more than anyone, needed to know. My responsibility. I had to accept reality, not grimace or avert my eyes. I had to face up to what had been done to her. Okay. I couldn't bring myself to look at her as she hesitantly disrobed. The sound of her clothes rustling made me feel as though I was doing something incredibly improper. As much as I tried to feign calm, I was so tense my joints were practically creaking. My heart felt like it was being stepped on. I feel like I'm made of stone. I'm ready. You can turn around. All right. I'll count to 10. She's laughing at me. Feel a whole lot better seeing you so nervous. I'm turning around. Okay. Censor the obese rats. Does that make it look worse? But it's not too bad, but we're gonna use that. Just in case. Yes, I make for quite a good censor, don't I? I just want all the obese rats for myself. Oh, terrible, terrible jokes. Her head was tilted down and just enough to keep me from making out her expression, but she couldn't hide the pink flush spreading across her cheeks. It contrasted well with her white, but not excessively pale skin, as did her jet black hair. I do kind of wish they had shown like some... They don't really show any scars on in this portrait. Like even in the censored portion. Kind of wish they had, but it's alright, I guess. Sorry, it's anything nicer to look at. In what way was this not a pleasant sight? I had never been more entranced by anything in my entire life. She was stunning. I had no measure of comparison, but I was certain the same sight of any other woman in the world would not have had the same effect on me. Yes, thank you, D-Type. Could say as much with confidence, despite never having seen another woman nude. Hypnotized, I couldn't take my eyes off the gentle curves of her body. Were I more socially inclined, perhaps I could have told her she was pretty, which perhaps would have brought a sheepish smile to her face. Though I wanted to, my throat was dry as dust, and all I could manage to produce were incoherent rasps. Please say something. I'm hideous, aren't I? I'm clean. You're not hideous. You mean it? Why would you think so? Because you are not unclean. Not in the slightest. You mean it? I do. Even seeing this? Giselle's eyes slid downward, a trace of fear lurking just beneath the surface. Following her lead, I dropped my gaze to her lower body, and there I saw her scars. Swollen, red and black gashes, still not healed after more than a year, defiled her red-white flesh. As she had described for me, the lines were arranged to form letters carved into her skin. So that's why she said I would have to see them eventually. My instincts told me these were wounds she would carry for the rest of her life. I felt nauseous, heartbroken, infuriated. The fact that the person who had done this was out of my reach. The fact that I could do nothing for her went through my father's mind when he looked at these. What did he gain from giving her these wounds? Did he have to do this to her? My father, of all people. Giselle was the one with the scars. Giselle was the one in pain. But I felt like someone had shoved a handful of needles into my chest. Dozens of thick metal stakes piercing the walls of my heart. Blood streaming through me like a river. If I didn't force myself to face it, I was liable to run. What was the right thing to say? What was I supposed to tell her? As hard as I thought, I couldn't come up with an answer. All I came up with was intense frustration. It killed me that I couldn't take these scars from her. I couldn't give my father a piece of my mind. You are in no way hideous, no matter what marks are left on your body. It took all I had to form that single sentence. Thank goodness. I'm so glad to hear that. When I was down in that village, they said it didn't matter what they did to me because I was already dirty. That made me think I had reached the point where I was so tainted anyone could see it. I'm sorry. Why should you apologize? You were frowning really intensely. I thought I might have made you mad. No, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at my father, the villagers, and myself. May I touch them? You may. My hands were trembling, but I knew it wouldn't be doing her any good favors by hesitating. As soon as my fingertips brushed her skin, she shuddered. Does it hurt? No, there hasn't been pain in some time. I could feel her trembling where I touched her. It didn't seem like it was going to subside anytime soon. Soon she began whimpering softly. Her lips moved as though she were trying to say something, but the best she managed was a few strained gasps. Tears had begun welling up in her eyes as well. I feel like I'm in heaven right now, but I also kind of hate myself. You hate yourself? But why? Because I can't stop shaking. I'm overjoyed to feel your touch, but I can't
control my body. I know you're nothing like that, but I keep seeing flashes of you doing other things to my mind. It kills me that my body won't react the way I feel in my heart. I was foolish to think, to have ever thought these wounds might have ever healed. Just as scars remain on her body, so too did they remain in her heart. And like the physical wounds, though, the ones inside her seemed to still be alive and bleeding. She just did such a good job of acting normal that I'd begun to think she might have gotten past them. Of course not, you blind fool. You shoved me back there because it brought back those memories. That's great. I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry. Why are you apologizing? I should be the one. Do you have any desire to place a curse upon him? What? Do you want to curse Antonin? If you so desire, I might be able to make it happen. Cast a curse on him, perhaps even a fatal one. Ignore the fact that he's my father. I don't consider that man family anymore. I want you to be honest with me. If, hypothetically, such a thing were possible, would you want to curse him? No, I would not want that. Why not? You have every right to take revenge. What that man did deserves punishment. He did so much pain on you. You're still shaking more than a year later. You can just let him get away out of the goodness of your heart? Hypothetically, if you wanted to curse him, I wouldn't do it. Even hypothetically. I'm not out of the goodness of my heart. I'm just a coward. A coward? If curses were real, and he were to die by one, then I would never, ever be able to forget. If my resentment for him took his life, that would mean he had damaged me so permanently I was never able to get past it. I don't want that. I want to be able to forget. I'm still shaking now, but one day I want to be able to proclaim proudly that it no longer has any control over me. But I appreciate the sentiment. Setting aside your choice of method, you asked out of concern, and that's more than enough for me. A soft smile spread across her lips, but all it inspired in me was powerlessness. She was putting on an act. Was the sentiment really more than enough? Of course not. Not when she was still trembling so much. But what was I to do? What was I, unable to leave this house and helpless against the will of the Bollingers, to do? I was incapable of assuaging her pain, wasn't I? I couldn't do anything, could I? Before I throw in the towel, I need to take some real time to think, to stop running from the problem, to figure out a real way to give her what she wants. It doesn't involve curses and angry words. There has to be something only I can do. Giselle. I took the hand that had been tracing her scars and slid it around her waist. Even though her trembling showed no signs of abating, I will never, the one thing I could do, hurt you again, was to wrap her trembling body in my arms. I want you here with me. All I ask for you now is to be by my side. You can be scared and you can quiver, but please, don't apologize for it. Please don't feel bad about it. I promise not to turn my head away from your pain. So I ask of you, try not to keep it buried. I have no power or influence. I don't know all
the right things to say. I'm a man with nothing to his name. But the one thing I do have is a heartfelt desire to do whatever I can for you. As soon as I tightened my grip around her waist, she lurched forward, throwing her arms around me. There it is. There I'm crying like a baby. Muffled whimpers resonated against my shoulder, where she had buried her head. Eventually they grew into unfettered sobs. My bed chamber was enveloped in the sound of weeping. She cried like a little child. The usually strong-willed, cheerful, optimistic Giselle wailed from the depths of her soul. This past year, she had been constantly nudging me forward. It was always her leading the way. There had undoubtedly been moments where she wanted to cry like this, but couldn't. So, starting now, I was going to try and support her too. I was sure I would mess something up, as I had little experience being caring. I would probably anger her, probably stress her out, and probably make her cry. But I'd found my resolve. I had overcome my hesitation. I was sure I could do it. I could create a place where she could find peace. I could surely. Giselle didn't stop crying until the sun had begun peeking over the horizon. I had, as I said, not looked away, simply holding her in silence. She had a decidedly not childlike frame. She seemed incredibly small in her arms. Felt each other's warmth in my clothes. Between sniffles, Giselle said softly, "One day, I'm certain, I'll be able to, without any hesitation, be properly joined with you, and it will be wonderful. And right now, I still can't control the shake, but eventually, I want to be able to put my hands on you too." The affection infused in each and every word was palpable. Sometime later, she drifted off to sleep, exhausted. I prayed from the bottom of my heart that at least tonight she would have pleasant dreams. And I think this is where I'm going to end it for tonight. We've been going 7 hours, which isn't super long compared to my usual streams, but it's about the decent length. But just two hurt people coming together. I don't know. I'm weak to that sort of shit. Oh, man. It's not even necessarily like a romance thing. It's just being able to fully trust each other. It's just so nice to see them get to that point. Oh, oh, that's a perfect word for it. Thank you. Oh, thank you. But that, I'm weak to those type of stories, and I guess I am weak to love stories as well. I'm kind of a sob, but you know, it's more than just a romantic love here, you know, which I really appreciate. And I appreciate it being real with them both shoving each other away at first, because they're so hurt. Like, we haven't seen what Michael has been through, but we already know he's got some issues. So Giselle has been, yeah. It's oh man. I told you there'd be happy tears too. It's it's one of my favorite stories. It's not the most unique thing, but yeah, well, hush. You don't get to tell anybody anything about that. And I don't think I specified which character was anything. So, I haven't. You know, we haven't seen all the characters yet, by the way. You almost fell asleep? I hope my crying woke you back up. But welcome in, D-Type. How are you doing? We were actually just wrapping up, unfortunately. I cried a little bit. I knew this game was going to make me cry. And it did. But as I was saying, that these kind of stories where hope prevails despite everything, I don't know. Came an absolute rat mom? Let's go. Congrats. Hold on, let me shout you out. Well, I'm pretty sure everyone here is following you by this point, but where are you playing? I'm suing Vermintide, I want to guess, by that. Two rat. That's right, you did say you were getting pets. Let's go. Did I? Okay. You were actual rats. Okay. Actual rats. Very nice. Ah. Yes. Please. Of course. Always want pics. Absolutely. You could post them in the Discord if you want. Or anywhere, really. It seems like Kevin also wants them. So if you want to post it in the Discord, then by all means. Are you sitting down too much? I don't know. I think I have a pics page. Or a pics, Yeah, I have a pics channel. Just post them there. Yeah, that's true. There's pics and then there's art or general, I guess. But sent the rats. The rats have been deployed. Rats deployed. Rats, we are the rats, celebrating yet another birthday bash. Michael, it's your birthday today. Cake and ice cream is on its way. And Michael, such a good boy this year. Open up your cakes while we all cheer. Open up your gifts. It is awesome. Let's go, rats. You love to see it. Oh, they're so cute. Look at the little guys. You were singing Were you singing that? Rats, we're the rats. We're rats. We're the rats. We pray at night, we stalk at night. We're the rats. I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. I feel like the birthday rats is more. Oh, hold on. That wasn't fully off screen. The birthday rats is more appropriate because this is much more exciting than stalking at night. It's rat day. Rat day. Yeah, happy rat mom. It is from Germa. Happy rat mom day. Congrats on rats. It's from Germa. He did Germa. Jerma. There you go. He did this weird movie maker thing. I'll post the rat thing in the Discord because Kev has to know about. Oh, of course you did, Cake. Was this when she was your ex or before that? So let me see. Does anybody I would like to raid? Well, of course, there's going to be somebody I want to raid. There is always. I try to always. I know it's not necessary, but I always try to end it with a raid. But who knows? Maybe that is too much. What are my hands doing? Ah, okay. When you guys were dating? Nice. Hey. But yeah, we had a good stream. We played some more Lobotomy Court. We got the 2 new Sephirats that are for the Central Command or whatever it is, whichever one Tiferet and Tiferet are for. We got a little witch girl. What was her the wee witch? Someone who joined said that they were excited to see best girl, which was the witch presumably. We died a lot. I messed up a lot, which is to be expected. And then we played this. So we have had quite the full stream. And then tomorrow is going to be, hopefully, the end of the Ruby Nuzlocke. And then I am going to be gone Saturday to Tuesday. So, no streams those days likely. We'll see. Maybe we'll see how I'm feeling when I get back. But let's see. Let me try to find somebody for us to raid because I'm tired. But this was a really good stream. Caption got the word right? What did they... Oh, they got Nuzlocke right? Nuzlocke. Oh, they do. Interesting. Maybe I was just saying it weird. I don't know. Sometimes I pronounce things weird as a joke, and sometimes I do it on accident. But let's see... Oh, thank you. I try my best to pronounce stuff, but as you've seen, sometimes pronunciations can be a little bit tricky. They can get away from me at times. So let's see. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, everybody. I'm still trying to find a raid person. I'm terrible at this. Anybody got any raid recommendations? Any raid recommendations? I would love to hear any you got. Thank you. I try. It's a lot of the reason is because I am a big nerd and I've read a lot of these words already. Because I used to read a lot. I read occasionally, but I've read a lot, so I know a lot of words because I'm a big nerd, big ass nerd. Celebratory hands in the air. Yuffie is a good one too, but yeah. I think that might be just because of how my streams always end like late at night. Well, late-ish. Or, for Jess, early in the morning. I'll try to get some easier times for you, Jess. Don't mess up your sleep schedule too bad. Let's see. Ooh, Just a little bit sleepy. Trying to see. Anybody else got any ideas? I can probably find somebody. There are a couple I'm looking at that I'm thinking about. Let's see. There's somebody building a Lego What is this? Hold on, I can't see the whole thing. Vespa. Lego Vespa. I have no idea what that is. She's a pretty cool streamer though. I can go through what I'm seeing here. There is... Oh, please stop that. Slay the Spire. That's a good game. I don't think I've played that on stream before. But there's somebody doing a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe collab. Let's see. What are we feeling? What are you guys feeling? Although we do know probably a lot of you are going to go to sleep sometime soon. Which is understandable. It's a little late. Yeah, I haven't. It's probably because I've put like over 500 hours in it. So I'm like, I've already done most of it. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I'm not good at it, but I've had fun with it. And that's what matters. But yeah, we can go into Slay the Spire. Is that what you're thinking? Also, I should save before I forget. Yeah. So true, Buttspot. So true. Yeah, that last character is really rough to... I still don't get her. Oh. I don't think the message is rad. I don't think that's what I need to... I think I need to spell raid correctly. I think... I don't know if I don't remember. I'm actually gonna keep looking. I don't know. I haven't got. Still looking. Apologies. I am terrible at this. I do just want to make sure that I go into somebody that I like know decently well, just so you guys don't get shocked by something or anything. But I think most. Well, I was gonna say most people I follow are decent, but I follow way too many people, so. Who knows, unfortunately. Sometimes they just... And I always hate those people that are like, oh, I totally saw it coming. You could see it. It's like, you can't always see it coming. And you are allowed to admit you made a mistake in trusting this person. Like, I don't get it. It's just weird. Okay, I think we're gonna go into the person who is doing building. I think I've rated her before. I love this. She's pretty cool. She is doing a building stream right now, and building a Lego Vespa is what it says. I think she does a lot of building streams. I've never seen one of those, but yeah, I'm glad too. I'm glad we finally got to some nice wholesomeness in Fata Morgana. Whew, I cried. I'm glad it was happy tears that happened at the end of the stream, even if sad tears happened at the beginning. But thank you everybody for coming, and behave yourselves. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be hopefully finishing up the Nuzlocke. Or failing miserably. We'll see tomorrow. Bye-bye. Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Have a good day, night, whatever time it is. Okie dokes. For real now. Bye-bye.